Because of certain indiscreet remarks by Don Imus and Howard Stern, WNBC Radio apologizes to the following: the National Organization for Women, the New York chapter of Hadassah, Governor Cuomo, the New York Jets, the United States Congress, both houses, Nassau Community College, the Gay Men's Choir, Sons of Italy, Rabbi Arthur Selkowitz, my wife,
66 WNBC. If we weren't so bad, we wouldn't be so good.
Queen Elizabeth, Mayor Koch.
At the bottom. That's what we're here for, guys, to win. That was no goal, you know. They was in the crease.
Hey, noon, everybody. 66 WNBC. Well, it's bad. We'll be so good. WNBC. I'm in the morning. How's everybody doing? Well. This is a little different for me here. This is a Friday. It's Friday afternoon. Oh, boy. So here's what happened. First of all, let me just say to everybody, I'd like to thank everybody for taking time out of their day to join me. Yay! You know, obviously, when they found out I was doing a Friday stream, let me see. Hold on. I got a reaction here to the announcement I was doing a Friday stream. This is actually the crowd outside my door reacted this way. So the enthusiastic and the crowd goes wild. So here's what happened. So apparently there was some kind of incident with Eric July, and he did an interview. Would you call it an interview? He did a live stream interview. I'll call it a live stream interview.
What happened before?
With Nick Rekieta. Okay, listen.
What happened before?
Okay, hold on. I don't think there's anybody who doesn't know, but for those who don't know, I'll give you a little primer. Eric July is an independent comic book artist. He has a comic. What?
You're an artist or a writer?
I don't know if he's an artist or a writer. He's an independent comic book creator. Let's say independent comic book creator. He has a comic called Isom, and he through Indiegogo or GoFundMe, whatever the heck people are using now. He made quite a large sum of money, and he had an incident at his property. There's a warehouse he apparently rents out. There was an incident there, and he went on with Nick Rekieta to comment about that and to comment about some other things.
But and before that, he was getting sued.
Hold on, I'm getting to that. There's some sort of legal trouble. There's some sort of legal trouble with him in a lawsuit that's been filed. So he went on with Eric July went on because of the name of Young Rippa. He went on with Rekieta. Now let me just preface this by saying I've never spoken to the man, at least not to my knowledge. I may have once. I've been on a live stream with him. I don't remember. But I don't personally know Mr. July. I can't attest to his character. I have no personal dealings with him. I never spent money on his comics. That's goes without saying. I have no horse in this race, or no dog in this fight, no pony in this, whatever the expression is. I have no skin in this game. This is nothing personal against him, but this actually has been making the rounds. You know, he did, as I said, he did a live stream with Nick Rekieta, and Nick Rekieta is a lawyer, is a legal expert, so he was able to shed some light on this, and hopefully, and I'm going to try to comment on this as best I can. Okay, so I have the live stream pulled up here, and I've fast forward to the point before where Nick Rekieta is joined by Mr. July. I will do him give him the modicum of respect by calling him Mr. July. You know, as I do everybody. So let's get into this, okay? So okay, here we go.
Shaking.
What's up, man? What's up?
Okay, so yeah.
Too much drama, man.
Too much drama, indeed.
And I think there's a lot of misunderstanding going on. But Look,
So
let's just be out with it. Be fully frank. I'm good with that. I wanna bury
if he's fully frank, then who's that make me?
all this shit because I hate this stuff. So,
Okay.
what you got for me, man?
Okay. So
Oh
here we
no,
go.
I figured that instead of like
Here we go.
talking around it and talking at audience and all that good stuff, I figured that
All right.
why not talk directly? Definitely, if I'm saying something about you or you saying something about me, I figure why not talk
Okay.
directly. I've been with you on that.
So-
I think this whole kind of ordeal is gay.
All right. You kind of didn't need to go there, but what can I tell you? Could have used a better choice of words than gay. That's just me.
And
100%.
should be ended. However, I think in order for that to kind of be on the table, if that's something that we both want, you remember I told you this initially, we need to be honest about it. And let's not act like this is one of those, hey, this is this guy versus that guy thing. That's not.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, this guy versus that guy. Anything is going to be this guy versus that. Okay. I'm okay.
What this is, I didn't start this.
You definitely did not.
Had nothing to do with any of that. But yeah, it's reached kind of a level that is, it's gay. I agree with.
Come on. You don't need to go there. Come on, man. Come on. You're better than that. Come on.
That 100%.
Yeah, and to be very clear, I don't know if you heard or saw, or maybe you did and you didn't think it was genuine, and I don't know. But I did say that, Riley going to your place of business, while I don't think it was illegal, and we may have some disagreements over that, and there may be details that I can't see in regards to the property, but from what I've seen, I don't think it's illegal, but I did say, bad move, he shouldn't do it, given the tension.
Okay, you know what? I did listen to this a little ahead before. We're gonna get into. He's gonna get into this, but I mean, there are some things that come up later that don't exactly paint this in the best light. I'll just say that.
I think it's a really, really bad play. I don't like people doing that shit. I wouldn't want them doing it to me either. I get it. So that was a thing I said last night when it was brought up to me. I wasn't aware of it until someone super chatted and I had to like look in. I might have seen it or something, but someone super chatted and I addressed it right then in my last stream. So I do not think he should have gone to your place of business at all. But at the same time, like if people ask me about legalities, specifically self-defense, like I'm going to give them my legal opinion. That's still true. And I think right before we got, or that I saw that you were in chat, I was saying that there are two practicalities, right? There's what you can legally do, and then there's what you should and shouldn't do. And I think what Riley did is something you shouldn't do.
Yeah. Okay. Like I said, there's legally what's legal and what you shouldn't do. Okay. Rekieta's off to a good start here. Okay. Rekieta's off to a pretty good start. And we're going to see how this goes. But yeah. So here we go. This is where we start to get into the meat of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to be very clear on that.
And I'm cool with that. There is a point of contention there.
Mr. MH, this is apparently somebody was trespassing on the warehouse property and had defaced some of the warehouse property that Mr. July rents out, according to my understanding of this. Okay, so yeah, this is essentially what they're discussing here. So yeah, there was an incident with a trespasser, and yeah, just some weird dude that posted money on Eric business store. Yeah, that's essentially, and there's a whole thing about trespassing and legalities, and it could have escalated, but unfortunately, unfortunately, it became a big public thing, and we're very fortunate that there was nobody was hurt in this. So let's just keep going, okay? We're going to hear more.
I'm obviously not a lawyer, but I'm at least familiar enough with it, certainly with our team, as well as what's actually happening on it. Again, my issue with it is less legal versus illegal anyway. But again, I do question that whole legality aspect of it all because, yeah, make the argument, and certainly everybody here is making the argument that for sure, definitely considering at nighttime, that is criminal mischief, right? And
Again, and
definitely because he's
okay,
writing on
criminal-
stuff and he's
criminal
putting
mischief.
notes up and all that good stuff. And in
Okay, criminal mischief. Okay, I'm not versed in the laws in Texas, so I'll have to take his word for it.
Texas, if you don't know, you can, by the way, and this is not anything that I'm advocating, right? I want to be very clear about that. But, definitely because we're talking about the legality of deadly force and all that good stuff in Texas, you're committing a criminal mischief at night, you absolutely have the right. It's right there in Section 9 of the Texas Penal Code. And
okay, the whole the whole deadly force thing is to me that is that's a pretty big bone of contention. Really. From what I heard, this did not escalate to the point where deadly force could have been justified, but that's just me. I'm not a legal expert, but again, that's just me.
You can read it verbatim. It specifically addresses you being able to use deadly force for someone committing criminal mischief at night on your property. So, but however, that aside, because that was never really on the table, the argument about that, I don't know if you're more so hearing that from, be it our audiences or something of that nature, as far as deadly force. The only argument that I've made is that it is irrational for someone that does not want to be there.
Well, okay, again, we're making the case for deadly force, but I don't think there's a case here to be made for deadly force. I really don't. So couldn't somebody get shot in a state like Texas who trespass without consent? I'm not versed in the law, in Texas law, or in the law enough, so I cannot make that call. There are several states that have what you call stand your ground laws, which means that if you feel as if your life is threatened, you are justified in standing your ground and using deadly force. So again, I'm not that versed in the law, so that is something for someone else to make that assessment. I'm just going to be completely honest with you.
That people don't want to be there, right? And there is more information on that. For someone to come there, right? Definitely with us having armed guards there, and
I had a bottle of water
committing any sort of weird stuff. That's just not rational for anybody, especially people that considering that I'm not there, and you're dealing with other people and their individual livelihoods. Because look, you might think it's a joke and it's all good and all fun and games, Nick, but
I clearly stated I don't.
Nobody's saying it's all fun and games. Nobody's saying this is all fun and games. They did this on the Jack Show last night. Okay, that's interesting.
Think that it was a good thing to do,
right? And I just wanted to be clear that I definitely, as a business owner, cannot afford to treat it as if it's just, hey, it's something that's a joke and it's just jokes, bro. Definitely considering that, again, I'm not ever there, and that is a building that other people don't like weird folks doing weird stuff.
Nobody's asking
the building because nobody knows if it's going to escalate to anything else. And I don't know these cats, but that's not something that I would take lightly either way it goes. So legality aside, that is something that I think is just weird and kind of off the wall.
Yeah, of course. And obviously the law doesn't matter if you got a hole in you, right? Like, it doesn't matter for that guy. That guy's dead. He's done. And people who do that, again, Alex Stein does that shit. I'm not a big fan of that.
All right, I'm not that familiar with Alex Stein, so I mean, I have to take his word for it again. So, Alex Stein is, I'm not exactly familiar with Alex Stein. Alex Stein is Alex Stein is he's a troublemaker, isn't he? Professional troublemaker, from what I know. I don't know. I have no idea who he is. I don't know. All I know is someone trespasses at your house. Zabu Dimsum will kill them. 3 cats. Oh no, Zabu will look for Tritos first. He'll sell me.
They're friends. They're smarter than him.
I find tank
They're
tops
more
weird and
evolved.
off-putting. Yeah, so do I. Yeah. The reason why I don't wear them.
Double McFlynn.
Zabu makes friends easily. All right, so keep as we go.
I like when he goes to the public meetings. I think that's funny. But when you go into other people's
Alex
businesses
Stein
and
is
into other
that
people's
guy.
lives, I mean, you are taking a risk, legal, not legal. No bones about that. But I gotta. One, I'll affirm what you said.
Okay.
Texas does have a use of deadly force in defense of property against criminal mischief only at night. I'm unclear. Did he show up at night or during the day? Because
he showed that whole deal where he left the markings and all the drawings and stuff on it. That was at night.
That's at night. Like
That
what
was at
time of
night.
night? What time? I'm
That was like
roughly.
I'm not exactly.
Okay, so
it was around
getting a little bit
like
more
11,
background.
something like
That
that. It
shows
was
up at
well within the
nighttime
night.
and
Okay,
The
'cause
sun
it's-
was completely down.
place of business.
Yeah, it's like pretty. Well, the video is well lit. I don't know where the light's coming from.
Well,
but
no,
like,
not when he
this
stuck
video
that. I mean, maybe it was well lit in terms of the light, but it was clearly at night when he did it. There was no, he didn't. The only thing that he did was kind of weird. He kind of drove in and he backed up and he drove past it during the day and took a picture.
Okay.
But other than that,
so he was casing the joint. Okay,
that was it. He never did anything like that during the day. That was at night. There was nobody there.
Sure. And I don't know. So I'm taking your word at it, full faith. Like I have no problem accepting that it was at night. I wanted to clarify from someone who knew, because like I said, from the video, it's never clear how lighting shit plays out. So with that said though, the funny part about law is like there are disagreements over stuff that many people find obvious. And I got to take one issue with you just on the criminal mischief, which is what Texas calls vandalism. Criminal mischief almost always requires some level of damage or burden on.
Okay, so now listen, I know that in the state of Connecticut, if you the vandalism laws are different all around the country. In a lot of states, Connecticut is one of them, that if there is no permanent damage, you cannot be prosecuted for vandalism. If there is no damage that requires any sort of hardship or expense or whatever, you cannot be prosecuted. If you take a bed sheet, you spray paint, this guy's a jerk, and you hang it up, you could just cut that down easily. And so technically that's not vandalism because there's no damage. So let's hear what we have to say here.
Someone. So I think you're running a real risk with suggesting that stickers on a window is going to come out to be criminal.
According to the penal code, though, it specifically says markings include inscriptions, slogans, and drawings. That's all.
Yeah. Markings including inscriptions and what was that? Markings including.
Certainly our guys on that side don't see it that way, and to be honest, that's I think that's what matters. However, and it's not like
it's not what matters though, because what matters is what a prosecutor sees, right?
Exactly.
And how the law is played out. What Texas calls vandalism.
Hold on.
Criminal mischief almost always requires some level of damage or burden on someone. So I think you're running a
damage or burden. I mean, you have to hire a cleaning crew. You got to hire somebody to repair the damage. You got to paint over it. There's got to be some sort of damage.
Real risk with suggesting that stickers on a window is going to come out to be criminal.
According to the penal code, though, it specifically says markings include inscriptions, slogans, and drawings.
Markings includes inscriptions, slogans, and drawings. Okay. A decal, a sticker is removable. Inscriptions, meaning you have to actually inscribe. You have to take something and you have to inscribe something. Drawings. Okay. If I went to someone's house and I got a thing of like chalk and scribbled on their driveway, hey, this guy's a jerk. Again, hey, you just take the hose, just wash it away. I think you're gonna have a hard time proving that this was damaging.
That's all.
Yeah.
So whether it's damage, if you're talking about
even that is pretty vague. Inscriptions, slogans, and drawings. If I would put I like Ike.
Did you say Baba Booey?
Huh?
What slogan was it? Baba Booey?
Was it Baba Booey? I mean,
damage. yes, that's included. If you can break the window and do all that good stuff, obviously that is completely obvious. And I'm willing to accept a disagreement, but certainly our guys on that side don't see it that way. And to be honest, I think that's what matters. However,
it doesn't. That's not what matters. I'm sorry, it's not what matters. It's how the law sees it. You can't just make a blanket determination like that.
And it's not like,
it's
again,
not, though. Like, it's not what matters, though, because what matters is what a prosecutor sees, right?
Exactly.
And how the law is played out.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna offer a mild rebuttal,
okay,
and simply say that inscriptions, markings, and stuff like that is referring to graffiti, to marker, to something that's actually applied to the property that would take some sort of effort to remove. And if you read a little farther into the statute, you'll actually see them explain that there has to be some sort of pecuniary loss or economic burden in either the damage to the property or the removal from the property.
Yeah, if you lose a certain amount of man hours, work hours, removing it, yeah. Or if you have to hire somebody to paint over it, yeah.
So $20.
$20 to Well, no, still, but I mean, the idea is that you have to there has to be some sort of monetary.
He's gonna take him to court for $20.
Well, like I said,
mere incidental annoyances in removing something like a sticker doesn't usually measure up. Now, of course, there are some stickers, right? That a huge sticker that you slap on, you got to hire someone to like use solvents and shit to remove it. These look like relatively small stickers that would pop off without any effort. I think you'd be on real shaky ground.
what's going on, Ricardo, is that Eric July had a problem with a trespasser on his property, and he was on with Nick Rekieta last night, and they were explaining what the incident was. Okay, and apparently this guy put a sticker on his property with said something like, hey, with Eric July is no good, Nick, or whatever. I don't know what it was, but it was a $20 bill or something underneath the sticker, from what I understand.
That's what he paid for his damages.
So yeah, if that's the case, there you go. I mean, yeah, you could just buy can WD-40 and take the sticker off. I'm wondering that too. See, he's hey, here's a 20. I know this is gonna be a pain in the ass. So here you go, a little something for your trouble.
Not you, sorry, you weren't there, but anyone would be on real shaky ground trying to justify putting a hole in someone over those stickers, or even suggesting that a prosecutor would, or a cop even would write an infractionary ticket on this misdemeanor offense. Like, there's no way, man. It's not spray paint.
Well, again, it's not necessarily we see it that way. Definitely considering that there were drawings that were.
Well, there were drawings, but what were the drawings? I mean, was it with a Sharpie? Was it a permanent marker? Was it chalk? Was it spray paint? What drawings? I mean, was it a little kitty and a cowie? I mean,
that were actually there, and there's some weird stuff that was read on it, and I'm not
weird stuff that was read on it. Okay. Though Rob's. Is Eric July being threatened, though? Is there malicious intent? That's actually in that money. That's actually a good question. We're getting into that. I got blocked by Eric July because I tried to explain how wrong he was. The guy is an idiot. Well, listen, he definitely doesn't do himself any favors. I'll say that. Was the painter armed or not? So he gets into this later. I listened to a little bit of this, and we're getting into the part where I didn't listen to. So
I'm not going to sit up here, wrote on it. I'm not going to sit here and repeat it by any means. But I see that that being your sort of position, and that it's always been the case, or you feel like that's generally the case of to justify putting a hole or attempting to put a hole in someone. Our guys don't see it that way, and I've seen people get aired out for a lot less.
Style.
However, I don't even think
I would highly suggest an alternative opinion on counsel if you think a sticker with a $20 bill under it justifies. If that's their legal advice,
not the argument though. That's where I think the gaslighting is, no, Nick, because that's not
it's not gaslighting. It's the law. It's the law. If it was not permanent damage, then you know what? Yeah, okay, it may rise to the level of criminal mischief. Again, I'm not a legal expert, but this is what Rekieta is saying. If there was no intent to bodily harm somebody, then I don't see how this rises to the use of deadly force.
It's not the position. The position isn't that, okay, I'm trying to make the argument that to justify putting a hole in someone. What I'm talking about, and what the only
I kind of think you are.
argument it is that I'm making in this regard, because again, shooting someone over a sticker, that would be silly. Though it wasn't simply that. I think it's being kind of disingenuous to even just kind of classify it as, oh, this guy just merely, just being funny, just put a couple of stickers up that was, they just threw on there, and like that, there was nothing being said or no drawings or any of that had anything to do with
equation. I don't know what the
was there
a threat of violence?
Well, yeah, of course there's been actionable threats.
Okay, so now we're getting into there was a threat of violence.
And my argument, but even that
the threat.
The reason the guy was there was because of that. He's recorded himself on video saying that, well, this is supposedly an actionable threat. Whether you now the argument is that we think
Riley's retarded. His legal opinions are irrelevant.
Well, no, I'm saying.
Oh, okay, don't say the R word, dude.
That's what. All
right. So my position is someone.
Okay, look, Rekieta's starting to get really frustrated here. Rekieta is like, he's like, oh God, come on, man. I'm trying here, dude.
First of all, it's stalking. For someone to drive across the country
stalking
to appear at a business that again isn't public. And when I say it's not public, Rekieta, I'm not saying that
and there's
someone can't access it. That's not the argument it is that I'm making. I'm saying that this is not something that there's no commerce happening there, right? In that specific building that we are at.
Okay, yeah, and I know in New Haven, the cops don't take kindly to you putting up stickers somewhere. Like when they were trying to rebuild the music scene, they would put up stickers and banners, oftentimes on the utility boxes. And they would go to the bar owners, they harass the bar owners. Look, there's these stickers there. Yeah, look here, they got on the utility boxes. And the bar owner one time said, "Yeah, none of these have my place's name on it, man." So, all right. So let's continue.
Only way that you can get in. There are two ways that you can get in. There's a gate. There's a private gate that you can get in. That way.
They were also trying to squash the music scene for years.
Or you can drive. There is a road where you can kind of drive in, but that does not face. It's not a road.
You can drive into a driveway into the parking lot, right?
Yeah, you can drive into a driveway into the parking lot, and that's why our stuff is strategic. Huh?
Is there a gate on that driveway into the parking lot?
No. There's not into that parking lot. No.
Okay, there's no gate into the parking lot, so it's accessible to the public.
Oh, there's no gate. The gate is around on the other side, which is the only other way to access it. However, where we're at, you cannot drive. There's no place to go going that direction towards our building. Okay. That will then, like, you can't. There's no reason to be over there other than, let's say, again, you're coming to see us, you're invited, or something of that nature.
Okay, you know what? That's actually a really good point. I mean, really, what business do you have? I mean, unless you know who you're going to go see, you can kind of make the argument that
no trespassing signs.
Well, he's going to get to that in a minute.
Oh, he hasn't got there yet?
No, I mean, if you can kind of make that argument, you can make that. I can see that as being reasonable. Listen, what business does this guy have unless he's coming to see us? Unless he has some business here, okay? I can understand.
There's no drive-through. Like, our building is sectioned that way, the way that
thankfully,
it is.
No.
And that's it. That gate that is there, and that's it. You cannot drive through our building to get, or our side of that building to get somewhere else. That's not how the design of it is. Is there a gate
blocking off that side of the building?
Yes, correct. On that side, there absolutely is a gate.
Okay, so on the opposite side of the building, there's a gate, but not on the side he's referring to.
Blocking both sides, actually, because on the end of that street, or not a street, I guess that road, whatever you want to call it, it is the drive, the parking lot, right, if you will. There are two gates.
Access way, throughway.
On either side. This is why he drove through, had to turn around to get out, because that's the only way that you can get in or out on that particular side. So
okay, so there's no gate on one side of the building, but there is on another. Doesn't sound like it's a very secure location. That's just me.
Oh, again,
okay. Wait, clarify, please. Sorry, can you said at first that there was a gate on one side, but the other side didn't have a gate, and there was a driveway from the road into it.
Correct. That side is still the same, but you have to see it.
Well, he's trying
what it is that I'm saying.
You have a picture?
There's also
I'm certainly not showing it online.
There's also a thing about his charity. There's also some stuff about his charities come to light. Naranja, what are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? You playing pausies? Huh? What are you doing? Well, I'm glad for Young Rep to have his comments where I suggest him to focus on business instead of going head on with leftists. Why am I face palming? Because there's some things that come to light later that I can't believe that are actually a thing. And I can't believe that we're actually taking time to talk about this. So, well, that's on me though.
I do have one for sure. And I'm sure.
Can you privately send it to me? I won't pull it up. Can you message it to me?
I guess, yeah. But I'm gonna explain how it is that it is.
Listen,
yes, sure. Nick, you can get to it from the.
Well, Nick, why don't you look at? You should probably just listen. This would be after the fact. Just put it into Google Earth, so you can see the whole thing.
The road, and there's no gate there. What I'm saying is the only other way to get in is a gate on the opposite side. So, for example, our building is at the end of this lot. If you want to call it that, you can get out during that lot, but there are two gates on both sides, right? That's the only way you can get in, and the only way you can get out without driving through the side that the idiot came from.
See, I'm like Rekieta. I'm having trouble visualizing the way he's describing it. I'm having trouble visualizing exactly what this looks like. I don't know if it's me. I don't know if he's not doing a good job describing it, or if I'm having some sort of mental block. He says there's a gate on the opposite side of the building, and there's not on the side that this guy went in on. That's, to me, was what he said.
Right?
But
that's what I'm saying.
I know, but this is so confusing because now you're saying there's gates on either side,
right.
Yes.
But then you're saying that he drove through another side and got in.
So look at it like three sides, because there's nothing but fencing on the other on one side, right? So you have a fence. Look at it like this, like you got a fence, right? And then on opposite sides of that fence, right, is our building, right?
Okay, there's a fence. On the other side of the fence is the building. Okay, I'm following you there. Okay, so there's a fence. On the other side of the fence is a building.
You can get out. So get on the street, do whatever you need to do. There are two sides. If you went left or if you went right, there are gates on both sides. There is only one way, if you're not entering through that gate, to get into where our building is. Not everybody else's building. To get into where our building is, there's only one way to get in, not using those two gates.
What? I'm really having trouble following this. I really am. This whole setup sounds confused. And obviously, I don't know. I wouldn't advocate looking it up online, but I'm having trouble visualizing exactly what this looks like. I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's the way he's describing it, but this is really confusing.
So there's a way to get in without using the gate.
Correct.
Okay, but yeah, like you see the issue there, right? That there is a publicly accessible way in without a gate.
Issue as far as what?
I mean,
that's
okay. So you can have, if you have three entrances.
Look, even he doesn't know. Issues as far as what? He's like, oh, for God's sake. Were the gates closed? Apparently they were, but if there's a way to access it without going through the gate, then that's where this whole thing falls apart. How many parking lots are there? That's a good question. I would imagine. Listen, I'm not saying this is the case, but I would imagine this is somewhere in an industrial park where you have multiple businesses all like lined up in a row. I mean, there's a place where there's a certain brewery where I'm from, where it's located in the back of an industrial park, and you can go from one place to one place to one place to one place to one place, and maybe one or two of them has a fence around it. I think that's what he's saying. Yeah, he's not doing a very good job of describing. And I'm trying to process it.
There's in 2 gates, and one of them is just an ungated entrance to a public road. That's not fenced in. That's not gated.
Not from that side. It's not. No.
Yeah, no.
But I'm saying, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean as far as the issue? I'm not understanding what it is you're meaning there.
But if you can drive in from a public road, I'm having trouble seeing it as private. Is all. That's
all right. So now it's more of
yeah, exactly.
Well, I guess semantics, or you want to argue illegal.
I'm not arguing semantics. He's not arguing semantics. He's arguing the physical makeup of the location.
I'm trying to understand, man.
I'm not making the argument that you can't get there. Like anybody can't just drive up into there, let's say, to get to our building. That's not the argument I'm making. The only position it is that I have is that our building, as far as accessing it and being in there, like anywhere near there, the only reason why someone would need to be there is if they were invited there.
Or they just drove into the driveway.
Yeah, you just drove into. When I'm talking about
but you don't need an invitation to drive into the driveway, right?
No, you don't need an invitation to drive into the driveway. What I'm saying is there's no reason for someone to be there. I think there's been some confusion.
That's a fair point, but at the same time, there's nothing to restrict access to the area.
Because some people maybe saw like a logo on the side or something. They thought it was a storefront that was facing the
somebody
store.
Jumped the fence.
No, I don't think it's a storefront.
Well, I'm just making the case. But
Right.
that's what I mean, and that's the point of contention, Nick. When I'm saying like, hey, it's not this guy showed up to a place that is a private location. It's not our public address. There's no reason for there to be commerce or anything as far as us doing business with other people. There's no you can't even get into our actual building without either keypad access or what have you. That's the only way you can get inside our actual.
Did he go in the building?
No, he didn't go in it.
Okay, he didn't go in the building, so that's technically it's not trespassing. And if access wasn't restricted, then I'm gonna guess it's not trespassing.
Again,
he wouldn't have been able to get in there. Yeah.
On the open side that he would have had to drive through to get in, because obviously he doesn't have the gate key. And you said, I think you said he drove in from that open side, right?
Okay.
Is there like a sign that says no access or private property or anything like that? No trespassing. Is there any clear posting that would indicate to someone they can't come in there?
No.
Oh boy, there you go. That's a problem. That's a freaking problem. My suggestion would be, okay, listen, I used to work for a gas company. We had signs everywhere. No trespassing, no trespassing. Please stop in office. No trespassing. I mean, that's one of the things you have to that's one of the things you have to bear in mind here. That, yeah, you know what? If we no trespassing, a sign at least gives the public you inform the public. All this story is just mind game. I have no idea. Just because there's public access doesn't mean that you can harass somebody for whatever. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Nothing was harmed. What's the issue? Well, the issue is I'm trying to find out what the issue is here. Well, I'm trying to find out what the issue is.
Okay, you're on real shaky ground saying it's private then, man. Like legally.
Right. Again, you're using private in a context that I'm not using it in. So I'm okay with you.
Well, it doesn't matter what the context you're using it is, what the legal context is.
Right, mine's the legal context.
Correct.
Rekieta's becoming, yeah, what's up, buddy? What's up? You hungry? All right, Naranja needs to be fed. Let me get up here for a second. Naranja needs to be fed. Yeah, you guys have got food. You've got food. Little porker. Here you go, buddy. All right, Naranja has been fed.
because
Correct.
I'm
Yeah,
answering
correct.
legal questions. That's
Correct,
all.
correct.
right.
And I totally empathize with that and what it is you're saying. That has absolutely nothing to do with the argument.
Rabbit hole of this drama.
Okay, cool.
The
That's
position it
fine.
is that I have.
Just
I'm
I've never,
just trying to clarify
obviously, yeah,
myself.
he was there. No shit, you can get there by just driving up in there. That's never been the point of contention by anybody here.
Well,
Okay.
The only
Gotcha.
argument that we're making when we're talking about public versus private is that it's not a storefront. There's no reason for anybody to be over there. We don't have that as our public address. There's no reason for anybody to be there. That's the only position it is that we have on that.
So
I
when
agree
you
with
say
him
there's
on
no
that.
reason to be there, I'm just curious, like, and don't take this the wrong way because I'm trying to understand what's the relevance of that.
The relevance of that, because there was no reason for him to be there.
Right, but like,
Other than
do you
just
need a
fucking
reason to be somewhere in the U.S.?
Say what?
Do you need a reason to be somewhere in the United States?
As far as what?
As far as what do you mean? As far as what?
No,
Well,
I mean,
the
like,
guy went there. All right, so
I
the
sat in
only
a parking lot the other day. I didn't have a reason. I just needed a place to
right.
park.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
I know he's there. I know he's there to visit your business.
Well, that's
in
the only point it is that I'm
antagonistic
making.
way.
A psychopath showed up and he was not invited there. That's the point it is that I'm making.
Is Riley? I mean, Riley's
Yeah.
dumb, but is he a psychopath?
Yeah, something like it. I like to think he's a crazy son of a bitch for sure.
All right, well, apart from that, apart from the bravado, okay, it was this crazy son of a bitch.
Are you scared of Riley?
No.
All right, then he's not a psychopath. Are you scared of him? No.
Oh, he's not even scared of the guy?
Listen, okay, all right. Listen, Eric, Mr. July. Okay, listen. I'm not trying to diminish your case here, but if someone says, if you said someone's a psychopath, and then if someone asks you if you are scared of him, the correct answer is yes. If you want justification as to this guy is dangerous, then you say, you know what? I did feel that my safety was threatened. The safety of myself and my employees and my business I felt was threatened. Don't know if you could see the chat, but me and others were telling Eric to shut up. Anything he says in stream could be used in court. Yeah. Well, listen, I don't have the chat up on the side because I want to focus on the video here. But oh God, he's not. I'm sorry, Eric. You're not doing yourself any favors. So just have a secluded building with no trespassing doesn't mean you have a case of trespassing. The only thing you get the guy on is lame graffiti. Yeah, maybe vandalism. Cliff Notes version. Cecil said on the Jack Show last night was Dick Matterson and Vito had a comic that didn't succeed. They aggravated Eric July for whatever reason. Eric took the bait. I'm not familiar with that. This dude's making this dude is making a guy who is mocking him out to be some kind of crazy psycho to justify his insane windmill chasing. Okay.
Disagree.
Okay, well, I don't know.
But I cannot not take that serious, considering that he showed up to a place of business that I'm not there, and I have employees. Nick, surely you can empathize with that, right?
Okay.
Again, I said I wouldn't want him to do it to me.
Let me finish real quick. Somebody sees a fat, stinky person, doing whatever gay shit.
Okay, listen, you're not helping your case by saying that. Okay, fat, stinky person doing some gay shit, really?
Outside of a building, right? And we know that.
What are you like doing? Like what? What is he? He's doing butt stuff. He's rubbing his butt on. I mean, that's not enough, really. Do I watch Nikita? Not often. I ran across this clip and thought it'd be interesting to comment on. Look, I respect Ripa. Don't get me wrong for the comics thing, but I can't judge him. Surely not going to search on Twitter. Well, that's why I wanted to get this whole thing here.
The person drove.
Yeah, because Twitter only gives you a couple like little 10-second bites here.
across the fucking nation, right, to do this weird shit, and he's dicking around out front, and he's online high-siding saying that he's gonna keep doing it. Surely you can at least admit that that is some weird shit, and that is a cause for concern for people for security reasons. That
it's definitely a cause for concern. It definitely is a cause for concern.
Are there, especially other folks that work there, because we can't take the guy's word for it that it's just a joke. That's the you can at least understand that, correct?
That's been my position the whole time. That what he did was dumb.
Yeah, that's totally fair. That is totally fair.
Okay, yeah, what he did was dumb, and that's what it is that I'm saying. As far as me being scared or me fearing for that has nothing to do with anything. I wasn't even
actually kind of. I would tend to think it kind of does, because you would have to feel that you are personally in danger.
Been there, and I'm not there, right? But other people are, and we can't sit up here and I can't afford to just be like, and nor can our security team afford to just be like, yeah, it's just a guy just dicking around. Like, we can't afford to do that. It's, forgive me, I don't really trust him that's all that he'd leave it at, is just high-siding on the internet and taking pictures and stuff.
I'm not saying you need to take his word on it. I'm just trying to get in the mindset here. So you say that you have to take it seriously. What do you mean by that? Like, what does that entail?
Just that. Like, we have to take it seriously. Like, I can't just sit up here and
no. You should take it seriously. But again, you're not helping your case a whole lot here.
Approach it as if it's just some guy that's joking, right? I have no idea if he's gonna come back, do some other gay shit, escalate that because he is bad shit. I have no idea, and it would be ill-advised, for lack of better terms, for us to pretend like nothing could come from that. Definitely considering that the guy is at least crazy enough to drive all the way over here to appear at an address that he had no business being there.
Where did he drive from?
Yeah,
I have no idea. He's not from here.
Well, you keep saying across the country, so I don't know. Like,
yeah, well, he's not from here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so he drove specifically from where he left to you to do this? Like that?
Correct. Yes.
Did you have any other purpose in driving across the country? Like,
I like to think not.
Well, he's going on a tour of Major League ballparks. I mean, what? I mean, come on. What do people want to know? Nasix watching this video, they need to go down the rabbit hole. It's stupid. It's the stupidest high. Yeah, it's stupid of the highest order. Yeah. Somebody's saying, "What did you say?"
What did I say?
I don't know. Did they catch the person? I think they caught him.
You think not, or do you know?
I don't know.
Like, what if he was going somewhere else, like, and
just
stopped there on the way?
Just stop by. Okay. Okay. Yeah. That it's not. Even though he said that he was going to end up doing that, Nick, he just up and did it, and he would just happen to be in town.
Okay, but again, like,
Rekieta is getting really frustrated with him. He's getting really frustrated with him. His whole demeanor is just like, oh God, I can't believe this.
There's a lot of ascriptions that happen, and I'm trying to just get the story from it. Like, look, dude,
all right.
Riley,
So here's the story. The story is the guy is some weird.
Oh God, Rekieta's rolling his eyes. Dear God.
Shit. Injected himself into this goofy shit, and he went to our place, a business that he had no business being at, and he showed up doing weird shit. And yes, that's going to be a cause of concern for the people that are there. And no, I'm not going to take it lightly. I can't afford to, because in the event that, let me say this, because in the event that it does escalate, I'm the one that has to deal with that.
Okay, you know what? All right. I'm going to give this up right here. He actually made the best case here. He took a long time to get there, but he actually made a good case for it. He goes, yeah, he came here out of the blue, showed up, was doing some things that are pretty unsavory. And listen, I can't afford to take it lightly, because he could do it again. You've actually made the best argument right now. It took you a long time to get there. It took you 22 minutes to get there, but you made it.
Yeah, and so now I'm trying to get to the next step. So you said you got to take it serious. I agree. Did anybody ask him to leave?
Say what?
Did anybody ask him to leave the property?
Not to my knowledge, he never spoke to anybody here.
Wrong answer. Sorry, wrong answer. Not to my knowledge. Mine's a bit of CWC. People trolled him over CWC. Who's CWC? Don't know who that is. Ordering pizzas, showing up at his house. Oh yeah, that's been an old thing. You order pizza, send 10 pizzas to somebody's house.
Did anybody call the police?
While I'm sure they did after the fact. Our security team, we had to as a CYA.
Are you sure they did, or
No,
they
I'm
did?
positive. I'm positive they did. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yep.
Okay.
Kate is really getting frustrated here.
Yes, they had to as a CYA. You could surely understand that, Nick.
I mean, I don't know that they had to. There's no
Well,
legal
no,
requirement
I'm
for them
saying
to do
that
it.
you understand why, as a CYA, you gotta call the law boys.
I understand it would be reasonable. Did the police follow up? Is there an incident report?
Yeah, so far this is the only thing he did right.
Yes, correct. Yes.
Cool. Like that's
All right. You have an incident report. That's actually good. That is actually a good thing. Even I know that.
good thing. I'm
Yeah,
glad
no,
that
it
that
is. It
happened.
again, that's as a CYA. I have to do that. I have to do that.
Chris
Surely
Chan,
you
okay.
understand that.
Yeah, of course. So are the police going to pursue a trespass against him?
Oh, we'll see about that.
We'll see about that. Well,
We'll
file
see.
a
They didn't
complaint.
indicate anything to you?
No, they have, but we'll see. Let them do their thing. Obviously, you
Okay.
understand why I wouldn't want to talk about all of that.
No, but that's fine.
Okay.
Like
Okay,
I'm not.
That's fine. That's fine.
I don't
No, but you understand why I want to talk about that? No.
determine what people should and shouldn't do. So like I'm not.
Okay. Well, just in case some shit hits the fan, I'm good on that. But yeah, they obviously are aware of it. They have to be.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not trying to say anything either way. I just like again, I don't put words in people's mouths. I just don't do it.
Right.
So okay, so they call the police.
Okay.
Riley's gone before police show up. Did the police show up or did they just talk on the phone?
No, they went there.
Okay, good. The police showed up. All right. This is a good thing. Good thing, the right thing you did there. I suppose it's better late than never. Never, I suppose I'm wrong. If someone needs 10 pizzas, I would just keep the food. Would you do the same? Well, they won't deliver without a phone number now. And they won't deliver without you paying for it. I mean, there are times. That's on the pizza place, man. It's a pizza place now. I mean, it used to be a lot easier back in the day.
I think people are lying to you if they get pizza showing up.
Yeah,
I think
I
they're
mean-
lying because you don't deliver. I think that's a lie.
Yeah. Well, that used to be a common prank call.
Yeah, but they don't deliver now without you paying. You have to pay in advance.
Yeah, you got to pay in advance now.
They went
Okay, cool.
They went to the building. Yeah, those security guys were all there.
If someone wants to pay in advance for 10 pizzas to send to my door, hey, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Okay, again, I don't know this, so I'm just asking for clarity because it's not online.
Mhm.
So
Here we
or I
go.
haven't seen it if it is. But so then the next question though is
If the police is in,
you mentioned like some writings and stuff like that.
Yes.
And you said actionable threat, and you've used a couple things, and this is a frustrating part about talking law because you've said a couple things that are terms of art in law that have specific definitions and specific.
Okay. All right. So let me. All right. I'll go ahead and clarify what it exactly is that I mean.
Yeah. Thank you.
Weirdo has made it abundantly clear that he absolutely plans to continue to appear right wherever I'm at.
Okay.
And yeah, he's talked about this old gay shit or trying to shave someone's
Okay, well,
body and
gay
all
shit.
that other gay shit.
You
Which
don't
is,
have
again,
to say gay. You don't have to say gay shit, okay, man? He was performing if he was performing a lewd act, say if he was continuing to perform lewd acts.
that's fucking weird. But nonetheless,
Do you think he's going to shave you?
do
you think he's going to?
I don't
shave
know
you?
what
Like,
the guy would attempt to do. I would hope like hell nobody would come up to me with a fucking razor because I'm gonna have to act accordingly. That'd be
well,
fucking
that's
goofy.
stupid, right?
Yeah,
Like
that'd be stupid. But you just admitted that he's a fucking idiot earlier. So
no.
Yeah. All right. So yeah,
100%.
we can't pull it past him that he would try to actually do some old stupid shit like that.
But
As
so
gay as it might be.
again, clarifying because I'm just trying to have all the facts here. So the threats have entailed showing up where you are and presumably in public places. Like, for example, if you're going to go to a convention, he'd show up at a convention.
I don't know.
That's actually pretty reasonable concern. That if a guy shows up at the convention, because that happened to another guy. I can't remember who got punched in the face that time. Oh yeah, it was Quarter. It was Hamburger. Yeah.
Well, I don't know exactly all of where because obviously the line that he's willing to cross is going to a place where we have my employees. So. Maybe he would show up to me somewhere else or something of that nature. But really, that's not the issue. I can handle myself and I can protect myself if some weirdo wanted to run up on me. In fact, I invite that.
God,
there was
no,
something...
don't say that. Don't, dude, don't.
You're not afraid of him.
That means you're not afraid of him. That you don't think there's a threat. Dude, don't.
Had a conversation that someone wanted to have, definitely in the public sphere. I'm all for that. Like if I'm at a con, you want to have a discussion with me, that's fine. Don't show up to my house and do not show up to a place of like that I got employees. That's the only, I feel like that's a reasonable thing, a reasonable ask.
Yeah, that's not unreasonable.
So you're okay with people coming up to you randomly in public, but not coming up to a place of business?
Correct. Yeah, because that's dealing with other people that aren't me.
I mean, but did he deal with anybody that wasn't you?
Well, I have people that work there, right?
Right. Did he deal with it? You said no one spoke.
Don't endanger my employees. In other words, don't endanger my employees.
To him.
Right. Well, what it is that I'm saying is that he's appearing at a place that I have other people work.
I got your refrigerator.
So whether
I hear you.
That's the only point it is that I'm making. So don't come to my house. Don't come to a place.
Yeah,
of business.
I got that.
That's the only position it is that I have. If you want to have a discussion, whatever it is, just don't do any weird shit. I have to act accordingly.
That's the one thing that kind of suffered the most with caller ID is the prank call industry. It's just really taking a nosedive.
If it's any weird shit, but yeah, coming to like a place where I got employees and all that, I feel like that's
it was after hours,
certainly drawing the line. You have no business being over there.
Am I going to watch the entire thing? I'm not sure.
Okay, so
I'm an hour in right now.
But so getting back to it, the question is: the threats are showing up in public, which you now say you invite.
Roughly
so that can't be a threat, then, right?
Yeah. Say what?
Showing up in public, like where you are, you said you're okay with that.
Yeah, I'm asking me if I'm going to watch the whole thing.
What happened on the stream? That he said say what to? What do you get?
Hold on, let me see. Let me go back.
What did he say?
Hold on, let me go back.
So he made this up.
Okay, but did he deal with anybody that wasn't you?
Well, I have people that work there, right?
Right. Did he deal with it? You said no one spoke to him.
Right. Well, what it is that I'm saying is that he's appearing at a place that I have other people work at, Nick. Okay. So whether he that's the only point it is that I'm making. So don't come to my house. Don't come to a place of business. That's the only position it is that I have. If you want to have a discussion, whatever it is, just don't do any weird shit. I have to act accordingly if it's any weird shit. But yeah, coming to like a place where I got employees and all that, I feel like that's certainly drawing the line. You have no business being over there.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so getting back to it, the question is: the threats are showing up in public, which you now say you invite. So that can't be a threat, then, right?
Yeah. Say what?
Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Oh dear God! You've just blown your whole case, buddy. Come on. The threats are showing up in public, but you said you invite that, so that can't be a threat. Say what? Oh God! You wonder why I have a face palm on the freaking thumbnail? What's a jury going to think if they saw this?
They'd laugh him out of court.
They probably move for dismissal.
They'd probably sue him for wasting their time.
I'm not a lawyer, but any defense attorney for this guy, whoever, sir, obviously he doesn't feel he's a threat because he just admitted it. Riley's doing a Tom Green style awkward humor, teasing to shave him. Obviously a joke. Eric seems to be taking it too seriously. Well, but still, you can't not take it seriously.
Well, you could ignore it.
You could ignore it. Just sort of say, "Hey, stay away from me, man."
Hey, who the hell are you? I don't care about you.
So this guy apparently does weird stuff at places, and afterwards leaves a sticker. Sounds like he has some sort of outdoor fetish.
showing up in public, like where you are, you said you're okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay with that. I don't know what it is that he wouldn't do, but I would still act accordingly. Make no mistake.
That's not a threat.
Like, I have no idea to what all of that means, right? So, you know, for anybody that I don't trust, you know, I'm cautious and I'm wary. I'm aware of my surroundings. If it was cordial, all right, bet that. But if I got any,
Riley's apparently the guy who's been doing this, who's been harassing him.
Or has he been harassing Riley?
Or has I don't know. Eric July claims that Riley's harassing him. I have to take that at face value.
Sniff that it was anything but that, then you know, I have to of course act accordingly. But that's not what it is that we're dealing with. We don't even need to be speaking in hypothetical situations. In that regards, at minimum, the guy's willing to, and he has, because he actually has. It's not that he's willing to show at a place that I have employees and stuff working in. That goes for anybody uninvited that they don't want there. That you can't do that.
So you have lawyers that you talk to about this situation. Like that's when you're saying our guys, you're talking about a legal team, right?
Yes.
Have they advised you to put? I don't say what they've advised you to do. If they have not advised you to put up privacy signs on the open road that you can go into the parking lot with, like again, you may need some counsel on some of this stuff. That is,
that's not the point of contention, man. Like him. Look, I'm not.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it kind of is. Listen, I understand. You listen. I understand. You have a guy show up out of nowhere. He does some crazy things. Okay, this guy's off his rocker. Maybe this guy's dangerous. Okay, I get it, man. I get it. But listen, and again, I'm not a lawyer, but there's got to be a clear demarcation somewhere, like private property, no trespassing.
Not oblivious to the fact that no matter where it is that I'm out, that also appears to my, applies to my house. Someone somewhere at some point is going to figure out where our various locations are at. So, and how to get to them if they actually want to. That doesn't matter who it is that you are. That's not the issue. The issue isn't simply that, a guy knew it where it was that we were at. It's the problem is that someone's willing to go out of their way to, whether it be for a long-standing gag or whatever it is, showing up at a place that I have other people working and employees. And again, I can't treat that like he wouldn't do anything else. That's
okay. That's a fair thing. I mean, listen, we got to take this seriously. This guy may be a danger to myself, my employees, and you know, I don't know what he's capable of. That's not unreasonable.
It's weird.
Which is why I'm suggesting that you should talk to your counsel about the reasonable aspect of putting up signs indicating it's not publicly accessible.
Well, which we can do that, but
I've only learned one thing. Eric July is a poor communicator. Yeah, I'm sorry to say he is.
That's not really the point. That's not the point of contention here. That was never anything that was argued at any point.
Probably will be on that trespass. Like for the cops, like it probably will be a point on the trespass.
Well, again,
like if I was his lawyer, I would say,
right, okay, yeah.
There's a publicly accessible road and an open driveway that you can drive into.
That's not.
Yeah, it kind of is the issue. I mean, well, it's not the issue for you, but I mean, that's the glaring hole in the argument.
The issue it is that I have here, Nick. The issue is not that he was able to even get over there. That's not the point of contention by any means. So while I understand what it is that you're saying, as far as, I would advise you to do all this and that, all that has been taken care of, but that's not the thing that I take exception to. Yeah, of course, man. People can get to a warehouse or wherever it is that you're at. Again, that can also apply to my house. You know what I mean? People eventually will find where to be and all other stuff. But that's not what it is that I'm contending. I'm contending no matter if you know where it is or not. I feel like I'm at least owed the courtesy of someone not showing up uninvited to do kind of weird.
Okay, yeah, you're kind of right there though. You are right there. You did some snoring. I gotta get up a second here. Hold on. Get up. I got my sunflower seeds. I'm gonna be crunching on a little bit. I gotta get a paper towel, napkin, or something to put the seed shells on. Got one of my favorite snacks, sunflower seeds. Love sunflower seeds. A lot of salt, but I love them. So anyway, love sunflower seeds.
stuff it definitely once you made it abundantly clear that you know, you don't really got it all upstairs.
And I agree with you,
Mhm.
but you just said it's the same as your house. It's actually not the same as your house.
All right. In the
no, but
sense of what it is that I'm saying, Nick, I get that
I'm trying to help
fucking
you
house,
make it the same as your house.
Nick, I get that a house and a business is different. You don't have to leave.
Yeah, but Kate is really, really, really not losing patience, but he's like, dude, I'm trying to help you.
Really explain it to me. I understand that.
You're taking this the wrong way, man. You're thinking I'm trying to tell you that you're in the wrong. And I'm trying to tell
I'm
you.
not. No, I'm not saying that you're trying to tell me I'm in the wrong, Nick. All I'm saying.
Oh God, look at Kate's body language here. He's like, oh God, what more can I do for this guy? Oh man. Yeah, you're right. It is tricky dealing with nut jobs. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It's tricky dealing with nut jobs. Post no trust being property. Well, then you have ample evidence against them. Pardon me.
Why can't you just ignore and say get a ride down?
Mm-hmm.
Like I turned into grown.
Work with the cops. Lawyers are good in a situation that they will advise you on what you can't do, what your rights are. Sounds like no trespassing sign would solve everything. Then one phone call, police create a report. Yeah. Dick Masterson, video pressing. Eric too long Rollins. Or him read July's lawyer. He doesn't take it. He doesn't take it well, at least.
Is what I'm referring to when I say that it doesn't matter. And the point of contention it is that I have with why I take exception to it has absolutely nothing to do with whether or not it is my house, whether or not it is building A, B, or C it is that we have. You surely understand it. I'm not foolish enough to think that there's not a difference between my business and a house. I know there very well is. I know that.
No, I don't think so.
That even from a legal perspective.
Yeah, that's a good question. Is this house on the same property as the warehouse?
I'm curious. If they know.
Hold on. One chat above. Please read it. Must be hard to get money from scams today. It's almost not worth the money that you can get it. Can't be. No, not really. Be surprised. There's a sucker born. Zabu, these aren't for you. There's a sucker born every minute, as they always say. Zabu, these are sunflower seeds. You don't want them. Of course, the little beggar has to come up here. Yeah, this is a train wreck. This whole thing. I'm trying to give Eric July the benefit of the doubt here. I'm trying here. I'm trying to be as fair as possible, but he's not helping his case.
There can be some differentiation there. I am totally aware of that, but that's not the point of contention. That's not what it is that I'm saying.
All right, I'm trying to help, but that's fine.
And I appreciate.
I'm trying to help. And he's face palming.
Appreciate that. I appreciate you trying to help, Nick.
Okay, so are there any other threats? So the one threat I've heard is that he was going to hold you down, shave your arms, which I think is ridiculous. But you have no reason to believe, and I have no reason to believe he's not serious. I don't know. So that I've heard that, and then it was a public thing. But you just said that if it is in a public place, like you welcome that, so long as people are cool. So then, what was there another threat? Is there something else?
That's good enough. That's good enough. Yeah, that's good enough. And even doing that, saying that all that weird stuff online, the guys are free to say that. Only place I draw the line is just don't show up to a person's house, be it myself, employees, and don't show up to the job.
Okay, hold on. Eric's house isn't near where ISIM is being made distributed. I think Nick asked what happened at Eric's house, and Eric says no. Okay. I think I must have some Middle Eastern background. So you love sunflower seeds. Anyway, I'm already Lebanese because I said so. You know, sunflower seeds. I like sunflower seeds. I like tahini sauce. I
I run like sunflower seeds. I run like those.
yeah. I used to I used to play baseball when I was younger. I love baseball, which is why I had to stop playing it. I wasn't very good at it. That was always a big thing. Sunflower seeds. You sweat a lot, and the salt retains more water. Scams are moving into fake delivery pages that have links, and sophisticated is it not? Yes, I've actually been sent quite a few of those. It's probably not the best they can do. I've been sent more than one of those. We have package rating for you, apparently not. Okay.
That's it.
All right.
Rekieta looks exasperated.
Let's see. Okay, so aside from that, I think we've hammered out the Riley situation. I agree with you. He should not go. I said that. I haven't changed that position. I'm answering questions from people online talking about ventilating someone for showing up. And I'm like, there's a lot of questions here that are not so straightforward legally, even in Texas with property defense. And I would not put my money on a 12-person jury, doing that. But you weren't there. You don't have to worry about that at all. Not a big deal. Aside from the Riley thing, is there? I want to address something that you said I don't know if it was from a stream or a clip for something today. I don't know. But you said something about how you would have been cool 100% if I just said that Dick was my dude and I was going to ride with him no matter what happened, right?
Yeah, that came out. Dick was his dude who was going to ride with him. Yeah, that's a little. Sabu, give me those sunflower seeds. I never order anything, so that never works for me. Yeah, I wish I could say the same.
Correct.
So if when all this went down, I said, you know what? I think Dick's trying to fuck over Eric July, and I like Eric July. I want him to make millions of dollars, but Dick's my dude, and I'm going to ride with him forever, whether he's wrong or not. You'd been perfectly okay with that.
Oh yeah, absolutely, because you're being honest. 100%.
So the implication, though, is that I meant that, but I said something else, and therefore I'm being dishonest.
Well, yeah, I just feel like you're not as impartial as you like to think that you are, or that you make it appear. The reason being is because when this whole gay shit popped off, the first thing it is you did, Nick, you could have acknowledged, right? You chose not to. You chose not to acknowledge that. Well, okay, this weirdo started, which is your partner. That's cool. It's all gravy. Started high siding on me. It was not the other way around. This was not a me versus him thing. It's like, oh, you're like, oh, this whole thing is gay. And I'm like, well, you need to be applying. I told you this. You remember I told you this. I told you this when you first kind of injected, because your chat's asking you about all this. They know that
it happened on my show. Like this started here, not from me, but it started because Nina, Dick was criticizing the book. Nina says, "Have you read it?" He says, "No." Then everybody's like, "You got to read it and do the review. How can you know?" And all that shit popped up. That wasn't me. So I don't know how I didn't acknowledge it. I mean, it started.
No. I'm not talking about doing that. What I'm saying is that you didn't, as far as what you didn't acknowledge, is that you're presenting it as if this was this guy versus that guy thing, when that's not at all what this was. Your partner started the issue, right? That's and it's all on him. This isn't an Eric versus him thing. This is a thing that he is perpetually on.
Because this came up on my Twitter feed in more than one place. And I wanted to address it as fairly as possible. I'm not sure how much more of this I'm going to watch, but here we are. We got 24 people here. I'd like to thank everybody for taking time out of their day to join. Zabu, no. Zabu. No Pete?
Online, maybe he doesn't have it all upstairs. This is maybe his shtick. But if you want the shit to end, and you want that, because you find this whole thing gay, and you're genuine about that, right?
100%. I hate
that's
this
a conversation that you got to have with him. It's not the other way
I'm
around.
not his dad, man. What do you want me
All
to
right,
do?
all right.
So
So
you're
you're
not
not
telling you to stop?
right.
Like,
Wait,
seriously,
that's
like,
exactly what it is that you did.
no, it isn't.
You said you. All right. So let's be more.
No, I
accurate.
said I'll be 100% accurate. I said Dick is a troll, and if you keep feeding him, he will keep going because that's who he is.
All right. So and I totally
exactly
understand that. That is, I'm not unaware about that. What I'm more so referencing is that, hey, you were presenting it as if it was a this guy versus that guy thing. You found the whole thing to be gay, but the party that's instigating the shit, you're not saying anything about. You're not addressing him. You're trying to play.
Jeff, this is buddy, come on. Zabu's harassing me again. Eric July went on with Rekieta Law last night. And apparently there's been some incidents with his charity, and there's been there's an incident about someone trespassing on his property, and I've been trying to as fairly as possible to rather than get secondhand information, I wanted to go and watch the stream myself and comment on it. Okay, there's 4 double shots at this point. Well, I think I need one myself. I'm feeling any defense attorney would be exasperated by this. Yeah. I think they would.
Play the middle. You're pretending like you're trying to play the middle of the road when the argument is that I make, you're not. You're completely ignoring the context. I guess that is what it is that I'm saying. And the context.
No,
I think you missed the parts at the beginning where I said that Eric isn't engaging this, and that's good. But his fans are stirring this up because they respond constantly. And again, I'm not blaming you for that. I was respecting the fact that you were not engaging. And then eventually it pops off. I know how exactly this shit happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
People bring you in. You got brought in. That sucks, man. Like 100%.
Well, not necessarily. Let's just be honest. The guy that you call your partner.
Games tonight.
I know.
I got tickets for a hockey game. I'll probably be back later tonight, much later. So I don't know. I'll have to see. If not tonight, tomorrow then.
Never called him that. You
Yeah, exactly.
called him that, but
all right. So what is he to you?
he's just a friend.
All right, so a friend. That's what I mean by partner. Same. Okay, those are interchangeable terms. That's your partner.
Okay, I want to be clear because some people have implied that I have a business relationship with Dick, which I do not.
All right, I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about that.
I'm just being clear on that. Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
But no, that's your partner. That's all that it is that I'm saying. I'm just saying if you, and this is my honest opinion, if you actually wanted the shit to end and you didn't, this is not something that you would have preferred to happen, you would have took that up with the actual initiating party. And that's not what it is to do it. No.
I didn't do that?
No. Not to my knowledge, you didn't do it. You did, however, bring it up like, hey, I don't want you to be, I wish that this wouldn't happen and this is all gay and all that. To my knowledge, you haven't done any of that. But on a serious note, on a more serious note.
Would you have knowledge if I did?
Absolutely. If I know about it, I'd absolutely acknowledge. Like, hey,
well, if you know about it.
Huh?
If you know about it, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I'm saying. That's what, and
you
what
would
you just
necessarily know?
Say what?
Say what?
Do you know what I've said to Dick about this?
No, not. I only know what you said public. Have you? I'll ask you flat out. Have you?
Maybe.
Right. Is that a yes or a no, though, Nick?
I don't know. Is it a yes or no? You're saying what
I
haven't happened.
Hold on.
You're the one who said what I did.
You can't sit up here and keep asking me these questions.
You're asking me to
be
No, boy. He's not happy about that.
Address it personally about it. Have you? Yes or no? Yes or no?
I've talked to Dick 100 times about this. Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. That's all. Okay, cool. And so, how did that conversation go?
Exactly as you would expect a conversation with Dick Masterson about what they should do.
I don't know how that is.
You haven't figured that out by now? Like if you tell Dick to do something that he's not going to do it, right?
What did you tell him to do?
Hey, Dick, this shit's gay. I wish you would stop.
Dick Masterson helped Nick Rekieta get onto YouTube. I think Rekieta is biased due to friendship with lawyer instinct. Probably.
You told him to stop?
What am I going to do? Like demand? I'm not.
No,
his dad.
I'm asking you had a conversation with. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Do you
Nick.
call people up and tell them to stop doing something?
If I have a personal
Your friend, like
and I think they're doing something that I think is ill-advised, I 100% will. If it's
you'll
a friend.
tell them.
I will advise them in whatever way. I can't demand as a grown-ass man.
You can't demand something of a grown-ass man, but I can.
No, I'm not saying no. That's the complete opposite of what it is. And I'm saying that's why I'm asking you what it is. What it is you said. You of course can't demand of a grown ass. You can't control. He's a grown ass man. I'm asking you. Did you say as his friend, like, hey, cut the bullshit out? I don't know. I'm asking. I'm not saying you're required to. I'm just
you knew 5 minutes ago, but now you don't. That's
no.
The point
I said all I know is what's public, Nick. That's all I know.
Yeah, but first you said you never said this to Dick.
Public.
You never asked him.
This is an absolute train wreck. This really is. This is an absolute train wreck. Holy cow. I think we haven't even gotten to the implications about the charity yet. I mean, this is something else, man. I don't like it. Story I heard apparently the guy was met super chat, so he went to the facility and taped dollar bills all over the windows or something. Oh, okay.
So give you money is gay. Got it.
Yes.
Don't give her money.
Super chat was missed. Oh, okay. That kind of situation. Oh boy, this is.
I'm referring to public.
Public came up when I called you out on it, though.
Let me correct it and be more accurate. I'm specifically referring to what you say public.
Okay. Yeah. No, I've told Dick that
I mean, you ain't talked to me. You haven't talked to me about this shit at all.
Would you want me calling up and saying, "Hey, Eric, I think you should stop this shit with Dick"?
If you thought I was in error, Nick, if you thought we were cool and you thought I was in error, right?
Do I think you're in error?
I would say no. That's all it is that I'm saying.
But do I think you're in error?
I don't think I'm in error. Do you?
No.
Okay. So, but all I'm saying is regarding the conversation, which is the question that you just asked.
Like, I can't believe this.
If I thought a friend was in error, I would say, "Hey, man, I don't think that's what it is you should do."
Well, to be clear, we may differ on what we think he's in error on, but I have said I wish this shit was over. It's annoying. It fucks up my show, and I hate you for it, you bastard.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
but that's fine. Well, again, didn't hear that publicly, which so that's good.
Why
news.
would you,
dude?
I don't air that shit out in public. Like, why would I do that?
Oh man, you talked a lot about this situation publicly.
Have I ever said that Eric July is wrong?
Well, what you have said, you worded in a way, and I don't know if it's lawyer speak, is I wouldn't have done this if I was him. That's essentially how you word things.
What the hell? What the hell is he talking about?
I wouldn't have.
All right, cool. Right. So this is.
But I've actually never said you're wrong. In fact, even on the places where I disagree with you, because you have a set of evidence that you think leads to the conclusion that Dick and Vito are behind the contacting of the charity and behind the contacting of the ISOM company, right? Like
what? All right, here it goes about the charity now. So, hype possible Christopher Nolan James Bond movie. I think it's going to be if he can not make a Christopher Nolan movie, then I think it has a chance to be good.
I'm going by what on the latter. I'm going by what was specifically stated by them.
What was stated on their podcast.
That was specifically stated by them.
And even in that instance, in which I disagree, and I say I do not find this to be sufficient evidence. One, because Vito is retarded and uses "we" in an inappropriate way. Okay, two, because that Twitter account and that email address.
So what about is your buddy as retarded when he says I contacted a charity?
Dick contacted the charity about something else. No, I think he clearly contacted the charity. Yeah. Oh, but he's not the guy who sent the email.
I think he's going to timestamp. And no timestamp. Okay. Okay, let me see. Hold on.
Email.
I got to think
email
around
us a
here.
question.
Okay.
Right.
So either way, you
Told
your
him all that
partner.
shit, I hate it.
So your partner did that with the trademark issue.
He did that with the trademark.
Yeah,
issue.
yeah. He specifically messaged. He tweeted at the CEO, and he was like, "I hope you consider, like a little Karen, like you just said. I hope you consider that. You know, he did X, Y, and Z. He specifically did that
After they filed the lawsuit, right?
Yes,
Yeah, after they filed the lawsuit.
yes.
Okay, yeah. You're in a legal action, man. He's commenting on it. Like,
All right. So all right. So you don't look at that like
Okay, hold
to
on.
him to consider X, Y, and Z. You don't consider your partner like a Karen contacting the CEO trying to instigate a lawsuit trying to fuck with someone's business.
Oh God.
did you accuse him of starting that lawsuit
No.
prior to him tweeting that?
No.
No?
No.
You didn't say that he and Vito were behind that?
No.
I think your timeline might be off on that one, brother.
No, I think your
Oh,
timeline
boy.
might be off on that one because if you
Very
watch
well
my
could
video,
be.
I never make all I did was connect that specific email to them. Is he just a good Samaritan trying to look out for
I'm trying to get to the law,
people being
charity stuff here.
What do you think the point was? And for example, contacting the charity, what was he?
Okay, here
what
we
was he
go.
attempting to do there?
I don't know. Maybe fuck with your business.
Okay.
Or maybe ask questions about a fraud that he perceived.
Okay.
So the question I have for you, though, is are people allowed to investigate a perceived fraud?
Oh, of course.
How would one do that?
Maybe they would contact a charity to try to find it.
So if someone sees something and they go, this seems like a scam or fraud, and they contact a charity, that's something they could do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they can do that.
Okay.
He did it. He's the one that did it. Of course he could do it.
So that's fucking with someone's business?
Well, he was attempting to fuck with the business, absolutely, because there's nothing there. And it
Well,
also
I mean,
didn't
but
stop
he
him. Hold
doesn't
on.
know that.
It didn't stop him. Yeah, well, yeah, of course he knew that. He's just trying to find smoke where there's no fire, essentially. There was nothing there, Nick, is the point it is that I'm making. There was nothing there before. There was nothing there after the fact. It didn't stop him from continuing to do things as such and claim that I was scamming and that I was doing all these various things.
Really
in addition to, and I gave you
here.
another example of trying to instigate a lawsuit.
A lawsuit that's already
a lawsuit
going.
that already exists, trying to instigate
The continuation of a lawsuit. Got it.
Continue.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you don't find anything. You don't find any issue with that.
Dude, you guys have been fighting for months.
I'm cool. I'm cool with that, Nick. I'm all right.
Like I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that's fucking with your business.
All right.
Like that is
I
expressing
disagree.
something
I
new.
disagree.
You're welcome to. The thing I hate.
disagree.
Yeah, you're welcome.
There's some sort of alleged impropriety. I can't comment 100%, but there's something alleged with the charity going on that's not on the up and up, from what I've read, and I'm on the comment on that.
Welcome to the thing I hate about the charity shit is I have a shit ton of questions that I would love to ask to clarify that stuff, but and I want to be 1,000,000,000% clear, and I've never faltered from this. I do not in any way think that you have done anything wrongful in regards to any charity. Okay. There are questions I would love to ask to clarify this discussion we're having about why someone might do it. But if I ask those questions and you answer them weirdly, it could compromise you, and I don't want to do that.
Have you let me ask you this, and I'll answer whatever questions it is that you have. Have you pressed your partner on these things and had a conversation like this publicly with him? As far as all the claims it is that he's made and all the things it is that he said, have you asked him about any of that stuff and really got to the nitty-gritty on that?
No, he didn't ask me
to. So you've never done that. All right. So go ahead and ask me what questions you have pertaining to the charity.
To be fair, I hadn't done it with you until you came into my chat on my show after calling me out in fucking public, lying about what I've said.
What did I lie about? Wait.
Buddy.
Rekieta's mad at
What did I lie about? What did I lie about?
You've said this entire time that I've been dishonest and non-objective. Well, hold on, man. You don't think I'm objective because what I said was, I think Eric July's on the up and up. I want him to make a fucking fortune. I want him to do everything. But I have not seen sufficient evidence to support that Dick and Pete.
Now you're lying. Now you're lying. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
You're fucking lying because
you're fucking lying because I've never once made that claim. So now you're lying. You're lying, saying that I said you objective because you said those three. I said that you weren't
I'm not
objective.
as objective as I thought.
That's what I said,
boy.
and I never once did I say it was because of you saying those.
I will
three
humbly
things.
suggest you do not know the definition of the word objective.
Okay.
Because what I've said,
And I don't think you know the definition of lying because you're claiming that I did something that I did not. Or matter of fact, maybe to be more accurate, you're a fucking hypocrite in that regard.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
What?
Oh boy. Eric July is calling Rekieta a hypocrite.
Really?
Oh boy. This is not going well.
Where's the
This
other
is
thing?
not going well. Yeah, there's some alleged accusations about the charity. So we're trying to get to that. So let me see something here. Here we go. Let's get ready to rumble. Friendship over. Stop covering for your friend. Oh boy.
Because you're
I'm a
lying on me
hypocrite in that.
in a
I'm
position
not
that I
lying
don't
on
have.
you.
Say what?
You have said
Oh, boy.
that I am not honest and not objective,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, I said no. Yeah, I've said that I don't think you are as objective as you lead yourself on to believe, or lead.
I'm surprised it's gone on
maybe
this
your
long,
followers and
actually.
others to believe. That's what it is that I said.
So I'm deceiving my followers. Is that what I'm doing? I'm lying about the
I don't think it's
situation.
necessarily deception. I think that's just more so a natural response to, if you got a partner, that's your boy.
I think Ripper might be.
But
I'm not
that's the
rolling
only
with my
thing-
partner. I'm not doing that.
You're not doing what?
I'm not rolling with Dick because he's my friend. If
Okay.
Dick did this, I'd just call him a fucking idiot. And you know why? Dick wouldn't care. Dick told me to disavow him
Oh, boy.
specifically to make my life easier, Eric.
Okay. All right. And that's cool.
told
Like
me
I'm
to.
not telling you to disavow him.
You
Only
absolutely
claim
are.
it is that I say what?
You absolutely
said
have
what?
done that several times.
That is a fucking lie.
Oh boy.
Buddy. Oh, maybe you didn't explicitly say it, right? So you just implied that it
Oh boy. This is not going well. Ripper just accused Rekieta of lying.
About what?
About this guy Dick Masterson. All I can say is since the Phantom Menace make charity for Zack Snyder going towards shit, charity made going towards shit. Yeah, no more charity. Well, if you do it on the down low.
Yeah, I
What would be anarcho-capitalism? I don't know if it's true or not. He's into anarcho. Yeah. Supposedly he's into anarcho-capitalism.
don't even know that.
No government.
Oh, that's a good thing. Government.
Trump co-defendant takes plea deal, agrees to testify in election case, and Biden campaign to air ad. Okay. So somebody's officially flipped on Trump.
Oh.
I don't know who yet. Oh, bleep. I knew it was right. Nick is going to blow a gasket.
Well, they were using Young Ripa as like, hey, you have to buy his book because he's
Well,
African American.
So I just implied that I wanted you to, Nick. You can be friends with whoever the fuck you want to be friends with. That's not a problem. Of course. So that's never been an issue. So me talking about you being objective is me essentially saying that I don't believe you're playing the middle of the road, and that you
How would
don't
I play the
actually
middle of the
want
road?
this.
Explain what that would look like.
All right. So for me, if you were honest with the situation, with your claim that you, and this is the first thing, and I'm going by the first thing it is that you said when you put yourself. Well, we can't say that because
Can't
the
do
shit
it.
happened on your show. So
It
the
wasn't
first
my
thing it
choice.
is
I
that you
said,
said,
"Oh fuck, stop this."
say what?
The first thing I said was, "Oh fuck, we got to stop this shit." Like,
Right.
I don't want this shit.
Specifically, what it is that I'm saying
Oh, boy.
is that you, when I first saw you post that, injecting yourself into this whole ordeal, or your position, right? Because you can't say you injected yourself because you were part of the, I guess, the stream that popped all this shit off. The only thing it was that I'm saying is that, and I told you this again, I keep referring back to this. I specifically said,
Jerry doesn't always help
if you
anyone
have
when
issues
they make.
and you don't
amount of
want this
money on my
whole
rock.
ordeal.
Everybody always
to
wants
be
to
a
make a buck off of
Your
charity. That's the
issue
problem.
isn't with me, and there is no reason publicly to play this as if this is a me.
You see, the Me Too, like the Me Too especially, they paid themselves pretty nice salaries. And they held conferences at luxury resorts. It was like, who was it? It was Cheese Larson. Who else was in the Me Too thing? No. Natalie Portman, Alyssa Milano, I think it was. They all drew like Amy Schumer. They all drew salaries from the Me Too movement, and they all got to stay in luxury resorts for to go give conferences, to go do meetings and everything.
Those resorts are nice. We stayed in one. They have the hockey bar there.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure if you said to them, "Do you really think this is what charity work is about?" Just go and stay at $400 a night spas and get massages. I'm pretty sure all of them would have said, "Well, yeah, that's how you do charity work, isn't it?" So yeah. BLM. They start out with good intentions, but then they
like money off of it.
Too much money gets involved.
Versus him, fight.
I can understand if you're the CEO, you do charity work full time, you pay it, you draw a $50,000 a year salary or whatever it is. That I can understand, but they're, like I said, they're staying at these luxury resorts, man. That's not what it's about.
This is your partner doesn't like me, and I'm the responding agency. That's it. So
that's been my position the entire time, Eric.
Okay. I will accept that that's your position now.
Okay, so that's what I need to do to be objective?
No.
I'm trying to find out, because you're saying I'm not objective. So how do I be objective? What is the outcome that would make me objective?
Because you would be honest with what's actually happening.
Implying I'm genuinely
believe.
Okay.
Say what?
You just implied again that I was dishonest about
no,
it.
I'm saying you're not honest about what the situation actually was. Initially, this was your partner didn't like, or friend. Let me stop saying that. Your friend didn't like me. That is what it is. You tried to play it as if this was an Eric versus your partner thing. It was never that.
Okay, I gotta stand up for a second here. Okay.
Wait, so he's blaming
I get rid of
Nick
this
Rekieta because he knows the guy now?
He's saying Nick Rekieta's friend was talking smack about him. I think that's what.
And he's, what grade is he in?
I don't know.
This is a grown adult.
Yes.
This is a grown adult.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
He's like married with children and has a job and people give him money.
Give him money.
Okay.
I don't want
All right. Well, you can't expect me to do any better if these are our adults. I mean,
try an apple.
I don't know. I was getting kind of hungry here for dinner. Do you see anything in that?
I don't know. Maybe.
Because one of us has something to hike over to the.
Yeah. Yeah. So what time we got now?
I don't know. It's 2.
2. So it's 3:12.
Okay.
I could call it there and we'll pick it up sometime else.
How much longer is it?
It's at least another half hour.
We can keep going if you want to do another half hour.
Me Too was a scam. Yeah, well, hang on. I'm gonna keep going as long as I can here.
Okay. You want an apple? I have an apple.
Yeah. I mean, let me get an apple. I always had sunflower seeds, but I'm gonna have an apple.
I want an apple too.
Because that's how I roll.
I need an apple earlier. I'm hungry for fruit all day.
There you go.
What's a vitamin deficiency? What is an apple? Is a vitamin?
Want an apple? Have an apple. Have an apple.
They tell you don't eat apples because Satan. Yeah, what's that?
Okay. Wipe it off. You want an apple? Because that's how I roll.
Because Satan. They say don't eat apples because it makes you smart and knowledgeable. So eat garbage and be stupid. Drink Mountain Dew and be dumb.
Because I have an apple. And I like apples.
Have an apple,
And
you'll be
they're good for
smart.
you. Good for your teeth. They're good for your intestines. They make you poop. All right, here we go.
These are good ones too.
Yes, they are. Here we go. And keep going here.
I said it was Eric's fans responding to Dick, who clearly
So you weren't talking about me when you were talking about that whole ordeal initially. You were saying that was it's my fans.
It was your fans.
Okay. All right. Misunderstanding.
I said Eric is not responding. I commend him for staying out of it.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, not during that. No. During that period of time, I don't. Well, specifically what it was that I was.
Eventually, you did engage, though, right? Like you did. I'm not, and that's not bad. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not accusing you. You did enter the fray with Dick, right?
I
Like,
guess
you've
by
gone back and forth
responding.
Hey,
with
Morbid, how you doing?
By responding, yeah, like
Yeah,
you
but
did
I'll say
respond.
yeah by,
There's been
by
YouTube
responding
now.
to a review. Yeah.
Me too is a scam.
Yeah. Okay.
To milk
Okay,
a
what-
guilty
So,
white
like,
person.
And so am
Involved,
I never
the
allowed
money.
to suggest
No,
that
see,
you and Dick?
don't stop.
Yeah.
Don't try to set it as if
Mostly white. Yeah,
this is
mostly
I
white
am
people.
demanding or demanding that Nick Rekieta do X. That's not what it is that I'm saying.
You claimed I wasn't objective. I'm trying to find out how I would have been objective.
All right. So how you would have been objective is you would have went, instead of trying to play that card, I believe, and I could be wrong. Maybe that's a cultural thing. You would have went directly to the person that was the initiating party that kept this bullshit going on and would have addressed it with them if you really did not want this gay shit to actually be a thing. Because I believed you.
Because I didn't do it in public, though.
Yeah, Morbid. Canelo Alvarez is fighting Charmel Charlo tomorrow.
You probably watch it at sports book.
Yeah, you probably watch it. I could probably watch it somewhere locally. I looked at tickets at T-Mobile Center. They're like $277. Those are for the nosebleed seats. So yeah, Alvarez versus Charmel Charlo. I don't know much about Charlo as a fighter. There's like four of the fights on the undercard too. So I mean, obviously they don't think one of them is going to win the distance. Yeah, anytime, my pugilistic connoisseur friend.
Yeah, because now news to me. You said that you talked to him. You talked to him privately. That was news to me. I never knew that.
I know you didn't know that. I didn't tell you.
Okay, so I'll accept that that's what it is that you did, and now I have new information.
So am I objective now?
Yeah, you're more objective than I gave you credit for. Then
am I objective or am I more objective?
More objective than you gave yourself. That I gave you credit for. Let's be more.
But I'm not at objective yet.
No, I don't believe that you're
okay, so
out. Then to be fair, so let me be.
It's your claim, bro. I'm just trying.
I know.
To
I said that you're not as objective. More so, I said you're not as.
Nobody is good. This is not going well for anybody involved in this.
Subjective as I think you lead yourself to believe. And
yes, I know you're claiming what I have convinced myself and my audience of, and I'm trying to figure out what things it would be for me.
And I just gave you an example. And to be honest, Nick, I just gave you an example. And then when I even give you examples, to me, you can't even concede something. This is why it's so difficult for me to believe that you're trying your level best, right, to be objective when you can't even acknowledge the fact that this guy is actively and took credit for trying to ruin someone's business.
First things first.
Whatever you say, first things first. There's trouble.
Let's get back to that objective thing, and then I'll get to that second thing, because I was trying to finish the statement. But your claim is that I'm not objective. I'm asking for information on how to show I am. And when you gave me the information, I said, hey, I've actually done that thing. Mm-hmm. And then you had to walk that back a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So then I said, am I objective now? And you said, no. So I asked, okay.
Well, all right.
Well, hold the fuck on, man.
Okay, man.
Oh, boy.
So when I ask for more information, it might be because you have another misconception that you wouldn't have any opportunity to know about my position.
And I've already given you two examples, right, of what to me is blatantly obvious, and maybe you disagree, and maybe that's where our disagreement lies, because for you, actively going to fuck with someone's business is not actively going to fuck with someone's business. You just,
we have different definitions of actively fucking with someone's business. I want to know how anything Dick has done would fuck with your business outside of some people might not like you.
All right. So I'm trying to get to this.
All right. So let me ask you this. What do you consider that? What does that look like if someone's actively fucking with someone's business or attempting to ruin, even though they explicitly state that was what it was that they did, right? Even though I would make that argument, that's not necessarily the attempt is there, right? The intention is there. He's explicitly stated it, but that's not good enough for you.
No, so here's the thing. I asked you right now because you brought up contacting the charity, right? Mm-hmm. Now we've separated that out from this other guy who did the charity and the ISOM people. That was a separate email. And so we're not talking about
Well,
that.
I don't have. There's no evidence that that wasn't that's not the contact that the person was referring to. Number one.
Okay. Ignore that I said separate people because we're different on that. That's fine. What I mean is we're not talking about that.
Okay. So
set of incidents. We're talking about the one that Dick said where he contacted the charity, right? The one he specifically said, I contacted the charity and asked some questions, right?
Yes.
Okay. So when Dick contacts a charity and asks them questions about what he perceives as a fraud, even if he's just being an asshole and thinks you're defrauding because he hates you. I don't know why, but he sees it. He says, I think this is a fraud. Contacts a charity. I asked you if someone's investigating fraud, what might they do? Would they contact the charity? You said yes. So the follow-up question that wasn't answered was, how is that fucking with your business? Like, what stands to happen if Dick contacts the charity and asks
regarding
questions?
the intention? I'm speaking regarding the intention because obviously there was no fraud there, Nick.
I agree. I don't see any
so
fraud.
There was never any fraud, but that didn't stop the motherfucker from claiming that he was. And you would agree that kind of claiming someone's doing fucked up things, especially when it's pertaining to children, is kind of fucked up, right?
Unless they believe it.
So it's unless they believe it. So even though they have
said yes. So the follow-up question that wasn't answered was, how is that fucking with your business? Like, what stands to happen if Dick contacts the charity and asks
regarding
questions?
the intention? I'm speaking regarding the intention because obviously there was no fraud there, Nick.
I agree. I don't see any
so
fraud.
There was never any fraud, but that didn't stop the motherfucker from claiming that he was. And you would agree that kind of claiming someone's doing fucked up things, especially when it's pertaining to children, is kind of fucked up, right?
Okay, it's a children's charity.
Unless they believe it.
It's a children's charity.
So it's unless they believe it. So even though they have zero proof of it, they keep claiming that it is because they went and fished for something that wasn't there. They didn't even get anything, right? They didn't even get. There was no outside of that specific email that the co-host shared. We have zero evidence of any sort of contact.
Okay,
none.
There you go.
Okay.
There's no evidence, but we do have him explicitly stating that he did. Okay, so either way,
either way, at his word there, right? Like that he did contact.
Smokey. Smokey came for a visit. He's over here. Can't see him. He's on the near side.
Well, yeah, I'm taking him at his word. Yeah, I'm taking him at his word that that's what he did.
But you also said it would be reasonable if you thought there would be fraud that you could investigate it by contacting the charity. All I'm asking is if he contacts a charity and he's completely wrong and all of his questions are blown out of the fucking water, how does that hurt your business?
Okay.
I'm talking about the intention of trying to fuck with our business. That's what it is.
Okay. All right. How is he trying to screw the business?
But okay, hear me out though. Let's do a hypothetical.
It's like, all right, yeah, you went to try to go whoop someone's ass, and just because you lost the fight didn't mean you attempted to get in the fight, Nick.
I don't understand what he's getting at. I really don't. I don't understand what Young Rip is. Yeah, this is a shit show. This is a shit show. Well, I can't help that. I can't help that, Origami. Just be brave. That's all. He's not really answering anything that's just me. Yeah, he's not really. But you're implying intent. Yeah.
No. It's if I think that someone is committing a fraud and I want to call them out for committing a fraud and I contact the charity and then I don't find fraud
and you don't find fraud, there's no evidence of it, there was nothing presented that showed it, you still claim that it exists.
Well, let me say this way, and I hate being a lawyer on all this shit because I'm delineating between my opinions and other people's opinions. I've clearly stated I didn't see anything that looks like fraud, although there are questions, again, that I would ask if you're open to it, but I don't want to ask those questions because it is in regards to wording, and I hate that shit because I don't want to invite anything. I don't want to be accused of ruining shit because I have no intention to ruin fucking anything. I just want to do my goddamn podcast every fucking day.
I don't knock that for you.
They're really taking a long time to get this. I'm muting the mic right there. They're really taking a long time to get there.
I don't knock you for just wanting to do your thing and do your podcast. I'm just saying.
But if someone is committing a fraud, in your opinion, and you contact to find out, are you, like, if they are committing a fraud, isn't it good to ruin their business?
There was no fraud.
But he believed, assuming he thought it was genuine, he believed there was, right?
Okay. All right. So if we assume that, so you're giving him a lot more credit than I am and saying that
they're going around. So they are going around.
Right? He genuinely believed there was a fraud. Okay.
I don't know what he believes.
Okay. So what?
If I ask him, he'll probably say, yeah, I thought it was fraudulent. $17 for a fucking comic book's ridiculous.
Okay. So.
All right, here we go. 17. Here we go.
What in the fuck? There was no proof of it. There's nothing that's come from that. There's nothing that will come from that. It didn't stop him from claiming that it was a scam, and it didn't stop him from saying that I'm frauding kids and all that good stuff. Do you believe that going around constantly insisting that, despite it being completely false, fabricated, that someone, especially when you claim to have contacted them, yet were unable to find anything there, right? Do you believe that that is an attempt to try to fuck with someone's business?
If I say yes, you're going to say, hi, you tried to fuck with someone's business.
No, I'm not. I just want you to be.
You're not letting him answer. You're not letting him answer. You're not letting him answer. Let the man answer the question.
Honest. Because
I am being honest.
That's what we're discussing, though, Nick. The whole point of this discussion right here is you don't agree that this person was actively trying to fuck with someone's business. And then when I give you an example of it, all I want you to say is that you believe that, yeah, that absolutely is the case.
Well, then let him say that.
Or it wouldn't, because I'd imagine that definitely with you being a lawyer, you would think that it's reasonable that something like that, the attempt is right
fraud,
to fuck with. So you just even said that. You said, well, isn't it good to fuck with someone's business if that's what it is they're doing?
Yeah. So the hard part about this is I'm trying to give the answer to someone whose mind I don't fully know. And that's the second part of the answer that I was trying to give, which is there was a follow-up to that situation, right? The follow-up to that situation was an answer from the charity, a public statement that was really nice. They're very praising you, correct?
Wait, as far as
the charity, the charity made some post or something. They said how great Rippaverse has been. They're donating all this comics and they've donated money and all that stuff, right? Like that happened.
All right. Now we're on to it. Now we're getting into the nut. It took a long time to get here, but we're getting to the part here about the charity.
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah, and this is not an accusation. Subsequent to the inquiry by Dick to the charity, did you not donate additional funds to that charity?
Okay,
I donated funds to the charity before a post was even a thing. In fact, they acknowledged that.
Did you make a subsequent post after, or a subsequent donation after the post?
Our agreement was that we were going to keep giving them donations during this whole campaign window.
Right. So,
okay.
I'm not getting into your intent. I've said a million times, you did not commit fraud in any way, in my opinion. Okay. But to get to why this answer gets fucking complicated is the accusation is leveled, right? That you are charging too much and pocketing money.
Okay. So there's the accusation. He's overcharging for the books and he's pocketing money. So that's the accusation against him. It took a long time to get here and he went around in circles, but that is the accusation.
And I don't believe that accusation, but that's what's leveled. Charity makes a post. Ripa donates more funds after that, right? Like, I'm not wrong on the timeline, right? You had an agreement. I understand, but that's what happened, right? That's what the public sees.
The public, as far as that post, yes, the post, they posted about us. And is that what it is that you're referring to?
Yes, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They posted about you, and there was a donation that came in. You said a donation was made before of cash.
Yeah, this is difficult to watch. I will admit, this is difficult to watch because they're both dancing around in circles on this.
To books before that post was made, and then there was an additional donation, or maybe 10. I don't know, 10 donations. I don't know how many.
We've done. All right, so I'll explain to you exactly what happened, which is what it is that they've already explained publicly as well. We popped the charity off we funded an entire initiative it is that they had, right?
Right.
And then we agreed with them, contingent on X amount of books being sold, we're going to keep donating to you guys money.
Okay.
So we
Awesome.
gave them
Love that.
money prior to any conflict, any supposed conflict.
Okay, here we go. All right, so he's getting into the meat of this now.
Or any claim of
Now again, let me just remind you, I don't know Eric July. I never had any dealings with him. Haven't bought any of his books. Okay. Don't know him from Adam. Don't know him from Adam. Okay, nothing against him personally. Okay.
fraud or anything like that, and they've acknowledged that.
Yeah, the charities acknowledge that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that agreement about the books and all that stuff? Is that public, or is this the first time that's being?
Doesn't.
But they've already split. They've already stated that. They stated that in multiple posts. That's public.
Okay, I see. I'm not aware of like the full nature of the agreement.
Yeah, there's usually what you call a margin on stuff to be profitable. 2 hours. Yeah, this is 2 hours. Yeah, I've been on this 2 hours. It's kind of unusual for me.
That I haven't seen any of that. But let me ask you a question. If you think someone is defrauding something, right? And then you call them out. And then after that call out, there's a post and then there's another donation. Is it reasonable in any context for the person who thinks you are defrauding someone to think that post was a makeup post? They're scared about being called out on the fraud. Do you think that would be a reasonable conclusion for someone?
Why would they post that if it actually legitimately was a fraud? What would the fraud be?
I have that you were overcharging for books and donating books for less value than what you charge. That's the claim of the fraud, right?
All right.
You were overcharging for the charity book. That's the claim. Again, I don't believe this claim. I'm just saying that's the claim, right?
We were already, Nick, the thing is, and that's been made public, is that we had already gave them money prior to the post that they made, or prior to the claim that it is they made, and we gave them multiple. Obviously, as sales came in, that happened. So why on earth would someone? How could someone come to such a conclusion?
So, hear me out.
Okay.
I hate X company because I'm an asshole, and that's the only reason. And I think that person's scamming kids. They're way overcharging for a book, pocketing money. I contact the charity, I make that accusation, and then
EFAP's
the charity makes a post. No, they're a great business partner, and then another donation comes in. You don't
try my best.
Who hates that person would think that maybe that donation was to cover up.
But that doesn't. Again, that doesn't.
I'm not saying it makes it true. I'm just saying, could you see that?
No,
being a possibility?
I couldn't unless someone's just trying to make it.
See, I didn't think I was going to go this long, but this is like I'm like fully invested in this. That's weird.
Like that's what it is when it's not. They're forcing the issue. We objectively gave them money prior to any sort of before anybody even.
I hear you.
Before anybody even knew about this. So that's the thing the thing that how can someone say that there was a scam that existed when we had already given them money prior to someone claiming that there was a fraud? So this was not a case of there was another was an additional.
Kate is getting really, really, really exasperated.
Donation, or they're not an additional. There was just they got money. They just got money after there was a claim of fraud.
Was delivering a book to the charity $17?
That was well. Let me say this:
was delivering a book to the charity $17? I didn't want to ask these questions, Eric. Was delivering a book to the charity $17?
Here we go. This is where it's going to get interesting right here.
That was the cost, and I'm explaining it to you. That was the cost associated with operating. That included the sales of that included the sale of the actual physical book and all the operations associated with, because we had to pack, we had to bag and board, we had to ship it, we had to palletize all of these orders, and we had to send those out. And it doesn't even fucking matter. You know why, Nick? Because we gave them money.
I agree with you.
So why is that even a question?
Because I trust you doesn't mean everybody else on earth is required to trust you,
That's
right?
No, not. I'm not saying that everybody is required to trust me by any means. What it is that I am saying is that we gave them as a company, we gave them money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The 17 that we charged. And by the way, it was not just $17. And I wish people would say that was not the average cost of the book.
What was?
All right, now this is the part I saw on Twitter before. Let me rewind it a second here. Okay, we're at 120.33.28. So we're going to go back to 133.12.
What it is that I am saying is that we gave them as a company, we gave them money, right?
Yes.
The 17 that we charged. And by the way, it was not just $17. And I wish people would say that was not the average cost of the book.
What was the average cost?
The average cost, the average cost, I think, came out to something closer to like $13 or so because we offered it in bundles. So the more.
Hold on. The average cost was $13. He's charging $17. Where's the other $4? Pardon me. If you call it charity, accuse them of something, do you expect them to say you're right? Yeah. Now be gone. We have more to do. Let's rewind that again. Hold on.
So that included this. What it is that I am saying is that we gave them as a company, we gave them money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The 17 that we charged. And by the way, it was not just $17. And I wish people would say that was not the average cost of the book.
What was the average cost?
The average cost, the average cost, I think, came out to something closer to like $13 or so because we offered it in bundles. So the more money it is that they got, I don't know, is there something that was confusing right there, Nick?
Nick Rekieta, it just puts his head down. It's like, oh God, did you really just say that? Oh my God. Nick is just trying to protect his friends. Show him some grace. The facts are clear regarding Dick and company self-proclaimed malicious intent. 17 is the highest cost, I think. Average price is 13 price range. But you can see the things. He's just like, oh no, you did not say that, did you? Eric is hurting himself and paying to watch. You can't handle the truth. $17. Whoops. Oh my God. Yeah. Well, I'm especially surprised Rob is having a moment here. 30 people on the stream for this. Who knows what people want to watch? That's the thing. I am not the barometer of public interest. I don't know these things. All right. Let's recap. He just said, let's rewind just a little bit here and hear that one more time.
The 17 that we charged. And by the way, it was not just $17. And I wish people would say that was not the average cost of the book.
What was the average cost?
The average cost, the average cost, I think, came out to something closer to like $13 or so because we offered it in bundles. So the more money it is that they got, I don't know, is there something that was confusing right there, Nick?
I didn't want to ask you these questions, man.
Oh my God. Oh God. He just Eric July I'm sorry. Listen, again, I don't know the man. I don't know you. You've just hurt your own case, man. You really have. You really have. Hey, Sandham, it's like $4 is a cheater because you buy more than 17. Yeah. You know, I mean, listen, obviously the more you buy, the better rate you're going to get. Maybe the $4 extra per issue and pay his staff boxing shipping. Well, but he's got to account for that, though. That's the thing. He has to show where those extra $4. Let's just say he sells 100,000 books. 100,000. Okay, let's just say for purposes of discussion, Eric, you sell. Let's just say I sell 100,000 books. Okay, for purposes of discussion, let's say I sell 100,000 books. Okay, at $17 each, okay? That's what? That's $1,070,000. That's $1,070,000. $1.7 million, okay? And my cost comes in at $13. Okay, there's $400,000 that is missing that I have to account for. Could the 4,000? Well, okay, they're going to have to show that now. That's the big problem here. They are going to have to show that. They're going to have to produce records and say, okay, this is where those $4 went in each instance. Because honestly, this looks really bad. This looks really bad. They're saying no comment, of course, some prepared thing. No one admits to a crime on the phone. That's true. That's probably not probably a normal call every day. Pardon me. I bet a charity gets. Yeah, you're right. Wow. Yeah. Wow is indeed. What would you sell in that bundle? The cost, I mean, I don't know. That's a good. But if it's charity, if this is for charity, typically you do it at a loss. You do things at a loss, though, for charity because you're losing money. Hey, yeah, this is charity. You're not supposed to be making money. All right, let's hear where this goes now. Let's rewind it one more time. Okay. One more time.
What it is that I am saying is that we gave them as a company, we gave them money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The 17 that we charged them. By the way, it was not just $17, and I wish people would say that. That was not the average cost of the book.
What was the average cost?
The average cost, the average cost, I think, came out to something closer to like $13 or so because we offered it in bundles. So the more money it is that they got, I don't know, is there something that was confusing right there, Nick?
I didn't want to ask you these questions, man.
Oh, God. We were talking about shipping per unit. If it costs 17, if you buy two more, it costs 13 per book. A lot of companies do it this way. But okay. But you know what? Okay, I don't know what the business model is, but if he's charging 17, I mean, if it's 13 plus 4 shipping, that has to be indicated. He's charging 17. He admitted as much right there. All right, let's hear the rest of this. Ready?
Did you solicit a charitable donation for a book for $17 and the actual cost was $13?
That's not what it is that I said. I'm saying that's the average.
What you said.
No.
That's what you just fucking said. You just said it. Oh, God. My head hurts.
No.
That's why I didn't want to ask these questions.
Okay, no. I am specifically representing you. It's like you heard nothing it was that I said.
We've all heard it.
We heard it.
Oh, he just implied it very hard. Go back again. Hold on. Wait, one more time. One more time
For the book.
What was the average cost?
The average cost, the average cost, I think, came out to something closer to like $13 or so because we offered it in bundles. So the more money it is that they got, I don't know, is there something that was confusing right there, Nick?
I didn't want to ask you these questions, man. Did you solicit a charitable donation for a book for $17 and the actual cost was $13?
That's not what it is that I said.
That is exactly what you said.
They said the average to that. Some of them were more, some were less.
Some more, some were less. But they averaged at $13. Oh my God. I'm really having a hard time with this. But that isn't that a thing for a company shipping orders? Well, typically, the more you order, the better price you get.
Saying that's the
That's
average.
what you said.
No, no, no,
maybe
no,
you
no,
should
no,
clarify,
no.
because that's why I didn't want to ask these questions.
Okay.
But the thing is, you have to account for where that money goes.
Okay, no, I am specifically referencing. It's like you heard nothing. It was that I said. I'm specifically referencing how much on average that the customer paid for. It was not $17.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure this out.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out too. Okay, because maybe he's just having a hard. He's not communicating this very well.
Does it cost $17 to ship one book to the charity? Yes or no?
We didn't ship just one book to the charity.
All you had to do was say yes. All you had to do was say yes. And you couldn't even do that. Oh my God. For a guy who says he's a narco-capitalist, he doesn't get capitalism very well. It went to the shipping company. Okay, well then if he has records showing it, if it went to the shipping company, there should be no problem. Played in slow motion for those who need it too. Do we need to go over this? Do we need to see this one more time? Do we need to see this one more time? Okay.
They got money. They just got money after there was a claim of fraud.
Was delivering a book to the charity $17?
That was well. Let me say this.
Was delivering a book to the charity $17? I didn't want to ask these questions, Eric. Was delivering a book to the charity $17?
That was the cost. And
okay, let's slow it down. Let's play it at half speed.
Explaining it to you, that was the cost associated with operating. That included the sales of that included the sale of the actual physical book and all the operations associated with, because we had to pack, we had to bag and board, we had to ship it, we had to palletize all of these orders, and we had to send those out. And it doesn't even fucking matter. You know why, Nick? Because we gave them money.
I agree with you.
So why is that even a question?
There used to be a bit on the Uncle Floyd show called Mr. Slow. That's what this reminds me of.
Because I trust you doesn't mean everybody else on earth is required to trust you, right?
I'm sorry, but this is the official. This is Rekieta's channel, and unfortunately, there are no subtitles as of yet. How did this make so many people?
Okay.
Yeah, how many people did you give this money to? I have no idea.
It's probably his own charity for his own kids.
No, not. I'm not saying that everybody is required to.
Watch Rekieta's face. Watch the expression on his face when he hears this.
Trust me, by any means. What it is that I am saying is that we gave them as a company, we gave them money, right?
We're doing this for just to make sure we all hear it.
Yes.
The 17 that we charged them. By the way, it was not just $17, and I wish people would say that was not the average cost of the book.
What was the average cost?
The average cost, the average cost, I think, came out to some closer to like $13 or so because we offered it in bundles. So the more money it is that they got, I don't know. Is there something that was confusing right there, Nick?
I didn't want to ask you these questions, man.
Oh my God.
What happened? What did he do? I took even more money. Is that what you're saying?
Oh God.
Oh, that's great.
Did you solicit a book, a charitable donation for a book for $17 and the actual cost was $13?
That's not what it is that I said. I'm saying that that's the
That's
average.
what you said.
No,
Maybe
no,
you
no,
should
no, no, no,
clarify,
no.
'cause that's why I didn't want to ask these questions.
See, okay, no, I am specifically referencing. It's like you heard nothing. It was that I said. I'm specifically referencing how much on average that the customer paid for. It was not $17.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure this out. Does it cost $17 to ship one book to the charity? Yes or no?
We didn't ship just one book to the charity.
All you had to say was yes. All you had to say was yes. All you had to say was yes. You don't even know how to help your own case.
So
I didn't
no.
ask if you did.
So no.
Okay.
Those were the costs. That was the cost that
Get
we
new lawyers.
What?
Get new lawyers.
Okay.
Get new lawyers.
I'm gonna explain exactly what the cost was, Nick.
Please do.
We calculated the
Oh my
17.
God.
It was like $17.50 that we said that you could buy for a solo book, right? That was what we had calculated on our end. That included the actual book. That included the like again bag, board, all the labor that is in that whole ordeal. We sold and we incentivized our readers, right, to purchase more books.
Yeah.
The more books they got, the cheaper that it was in terms of their actual donation. So this isn't some gotcha or anything like that.
Nobody's saying it's a gotcha. You're just doing it to yourself. Oh my God. Oh dear God.
We specifically had a setup. It was agreed upon by ourselves and our customers to get these books not only out to these to them just bag boarded, palletized, all that good stuff, but we also gave them fucking cash. That was the number that we had associated with that was what for us to feel good when it came to if they ordered one, even though that wasn't the average, and we knew that wasn't going to be the average. That was the cost associated with the labor and everything it was to ship.
I don't want to talk about this shit
individual
anymore.
book.
You got to stop talking about this right now, dude.
For what? I don't got to stop.
Oh my God. You got to stop talking about this right now. For what? For what? You're just incriminating yourself.
Talking about shit. You're trying to make it seem as if it's something that it is not, Nick.
No, I'm not.
There is nothing there. No. We're not even going there where you're trying to insinuate.
Oh my God. Oh my God. This fell apart in a hurry. Holy cow. Holy cow. The first rule when you're digging a hole for yourself, stop digging.
Acting as if there was some error. When I talk about $17 a book, you're talking about for one book. When I said no, I'm specifically referencing the fact that we went out of our way, Nick, to incentivize our readers, our purchasers, to donate more books. In order for us to do that, we allowed them to get multiple, just as anything else. It's not anything unique to us, so that they, at cost, right, could continue to get more books to this charity. Don't put your head down. I want you to explain to all the people what it is.
New lawyers and stop talking about this.
I'm not. Rekieta said oh my God, get new lawyers and stop talking about this.
I told you I don't want to ask these questions. You said ask me anything. I said I don't want to ask these questions because I believe you did not commit fraud. I 1,000, 1,000,000,000%
So
believe
I guess everything it is that I said, you somehow think that somehow is maybe proof.
This is here's the big problem here, Eric. And listen, like again, I don't know you. I have no personal stake in this. This is admissible in court. I think this is all admissible in court.
The fact that you don't is why you need different lawyers on this subject, brother.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I don't want to ask questions about this. I would
love for you to continue to ask questions because nothing's there. Nothing's going to happen. I don't even know why. Because see, you're trying to dramatize it. You're like, oh,
no, I don't want to dramatize this.
That's exactly what it is that you're doing.
God.
That's exactly what it is you're doing. There was no fraud. And you're not pointing to any fraud just by simply saying, was the book 7-1? Was someone got 1750? I just told you how those costs were associated or how those costs were calculated. There's nothing there. There's no smoke there.
There's nothing there. Okay, but then where's the other $4.50?
I don't know why you're even pretending that that is the case. I understand that you're a lawyer and you're telling me now to get new lawyers. What do you think is going to happen to us now?
You can potentially go to jail. That's what's going to happen to you. Or you're going to have to pay all that money back. Oh, my God. He should have just ended it. Yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, I have no idea. Let me go see what's going on. And for anyone thinks that listen, I am not trying to get back at anybody doing this. I have no personal stake in this. They're talking about Star Wars. They're talking about Star Wars. I'm not going to put their stream up. None of them are on, but yeah, none of them are on. You know, he's got the usual suspects, as I like to call them.
Nick,
I hope to God nothing
and nothing will. And I'll tell you what. How about this?
Please, please.
How about we'll revisit we'll revisit it. We'll revisit it because clearly you're uncomfortable, and I don't want to talk about anything that you're uncomfortable with me.
Because I get accused of drawing the shit out of people, and I tried not to.
You didn't draw. There was nothing that you drew out. There was nothing that you drew out,
brother.
And nothing's gonna happen.
Ever suggest that you are soliciting donations for $17 and it costs less?
No. I'm not. No. I'm not. That is an incorrect assessment. If that's what it is that you picked up, that was incorrect.
That's what everybody has picked up since you said it the first time, and that's why some people believe you commit fraud. And that's why some people, because you solicited a book for $17 or $17.50, whatever it was, for a charitable donation, and then you stated publicly on Twitter that it was less per book on average. I hear you.
I am but I hear you. What do you think it is that I'm saying there when I say less on average? What do you think it is that I'm saying? What do you think I'm referring to? Seriously,
that it doesn't cost $17 bucks to get a book.
No. But no, Nick. All right. So now I see where the confusion is. That's not what it is that we're saying. What I'm saying when I say it was less than 17, I'm saying.
Yeah. Now he's onto the energy drink.
That was I'm referring to the average cost to the customer, because when you look at how many books were donated. And you calculate that or divide that by how much the customer individually paid for, it was less than that because there was a discount when you got more books, Nick. That's why it's lesser of $1. That's not a secret. I'm not introducing you new information.
I know that. And I have said, I believe you. It's not about what you did. It's about what people perceive.
And why would that be? What you saying that they didn't perceive before that if you bought more books, it meant less?
Because someone who doesn't trust you will suggest that you're pocketing $4 a book.
No, Nick.
I'm not saying you are. I'm telling you that's what people believe, dude.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, I'm saying. Well, I don't think people genuinely believe that. I don't think you're understanding. No. I think that you're referring to your partner who tried to say that it was a scam, and really who was the only one that said there was some sort of scam.
Oh God, this looks bad. This just look even just to say this just looks bad. This just absolutely looks bad. It really does.
That was existing, but again,
I sit on the board of charitable organizations. Man, you need different advice on how you word this shit. Okay. I'm trying to help. Don't believe you did anything wrong. Okay, that's what I've been trying to say, man.
Okay, man.
I'm not trying to drown.
Well, I will say this: that it is no secret that on average, as far as how much the customers paid for by basic math,
oh my God,
it was less than 17, and we've long made that public because again, more books meant.
Still, where does the rest of the money go?
Lesser price per book. So that's not news. But if that somehow incriminates me, okay, Nick.
It shouldn't.
Okay.
I'm not making the accusation, man.
That doesn't make
sense. But I've sat on the boards of charitable organizations, dude. if someone asks you if it costs $17 to ship a book, you say yes, that's what you charge because that's what it costs. Period.
But that's not what we charge. That's the point that I made, Nick.
That is what you charge. If someone clicks that button, they pay you $17, right?
No, that's not what happened. If they got most people got multiple books, Nick.
I know, but if the person who clicked on the $17 one book thing, they got
for that individual item, yes.
Then that's what you say.
No,
you don't have to explain all that other shit.
All that other stuff is public, so and it's not. I mean, it's not me saying, "Hey guys, apparently it is incriminating." I shouldn't tell you that when it was live. If you bought more books, that meant that the book cost less.
Oh my God! Oh God! He just doesn't know when to quit. I'm sorry, Eric. Just listen. Just stop talking right now, please. Stop. This is not going well. Oh my God. Oh God. Oh my God. This is terrible. Shit, I'm sad for him because I know it's not his fault. He's like me. He had a hard time to order his ideas. Yeah. He maybe he's not explaining it very well.
When you bought it. Thanks, Nick. I appreciate you. I know it's making you uncomfortable. I'll go ahead and I will stop talking on
that. All right. Okay.
And for the record, and I get that you're saying that I needed to get new lawyers. All this whole deal legally was set up with lawyers that are involved. And there was
I figured.
Yeah, and there was no worry about any of that. So and I get that you're saying because it would be your worry, or I don't know why, but you're saying that it would be your worry. It was not the worry of the lawyers that are involved.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Ignoring any more specific statements on the subject and just going by what was said here. Can you understand why someone who hates you might think that when you say it's one thing online and then you say it's something else, an explanatory thing, and then you make a donation afterwards, that might be trying to cover for what was called out? Like, again, someone who's bad, like they don't like you, bad faith. They're not going to take you at your word. You see how they can make that conclusion?
No. I think if
then you're fucking dumb on that issue.
All right.
Man.
So when I say no, I can.
Oh, then you're dumb on it. Oh my God. Stop talking. Stop talking. For the love of God, stop talking. Holy shit.
I can certainly see how a bad actor could reach for something that isn't there. And that it doesn't, and it doesn't need to be actually that complicated. So I can at least see that, Nick. I'll for sure I can see that. But I will say that there's nothing there. There was never anything there, and I don't see how that could be.
I agree with you.
Okay.
I've never made the claim. I'm trying to show you why people who don't like you might continue to make the claim.
All right, so going back to the point, you don't think that's trying to ruin someone's business?
If they believe it, then no, man.
Okay, but if it's false, is it?
Yeah, if they find out it's false, they don't think it's true, then that's shitty.
Wait, does the truth rest upon what that individual believes? Does that just give them leeway to be able to just claim someone's doing something it is that's not? They're not, especially when it's criminal.
Oh my God.
I mean, yeah. That's how defamation works.
Right. So you would agree that
figures.
You think, okay, exactly. So do you think that would be defamation?
If they have knowledge of the falsity and believe and the problem with knowledge of the falsity is everybody thinks, oh, well, they know it's false because it is. That's not actually sufficient. Like they have to believe it's false. Like they have to have or they have to have a reckless disregard for the truth, which is they would in the face of all evidence that should be reasonably accepted, they still run with the other narrative. But I'm telling you, there's a bunch of people who don't have to accept what you say.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that you don't think that that's an attempt to ruin someone's business.
Again, if they genuinely believe it, no. Well, I mean, I guess it would be a justified ruination.
Oh, so so it is an attempt to ruin a business. Then it's just justified because he believes it.
What? Yeah, there's a business that shoots kids in the head, and I want to stop it, I want to ruin that business.
Right. Okay. But you're agreeing that he attempted to ruin the business. Now you're just saying. Now I guess the question now isn't whether or not he believes it. And correct me if I'm wrong, Nick. You're just saying that you think it was justified.
If he believes
it was justified.
So here,
what is he even talking?
if I think a business is doing wrong, like legitimately doing wrong,
yeah,
and I call them out, that's not trying to ruin a business in the sense of being a dick. That's trying to ruin a business that's doing something objectively wrong, right?
And I understand that, but
I don't have a problem with people doing that,
right? But however, like, so regardless, the question isn't really of whether or not he attempted to ruin the business. The question more so is if it was justified.
I mean, yes, if we want to break it down into specific semantics.
So we agree for sure at minimum on that he's attempted to ruin the business. So you're agreeing that he attempted to ruin the business. Now you're just saying. Now I guess the question now isn't whether or not he believes it. And correct me if I'm wrong, Nick. You're just saying that you think it was justified.
If he believes
that he believes.
Yeah, I did. I think I had it. There we go. Hold on.
It was justified.
So here. Oh God. If I think a business is doing wrong, like legitimately doing wrong, and I call them out, that's not trying to ruin a business in the sense of being a dick. That's trying to.
Okay, hold on here. Okay. Let's see. How do I fix this here? All right. Well, I think I might have to call it there because I'm having some audio problems. What?
Yeah.
Hold on. All right. We closed the window out.
Yeah.
But I'm still getting the echo back on. Hold on. Oh, there's a freaking hidden window here.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Yeah. Well, anyways, people are saying call it a day. So there was a freaking hidden window.
You can watch the rest of it later. But
all right.
Is there any more?
Yeah, there's about 10 more minutes.
You want to watch the rest of it? Yeah, just watch the rest of it if you want.
Yeah. So, but I have to close this window here. Hold on. Close this tab. Close tab. Where the heck is this? Well, here. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this tab. I'm going to pull it out here. And I'm going to close it like that. Here we go. All right. Maybe that'll fix it. Seems like that's fixing it. So, all right. Let's see. If I go into history, it should pick up right back where. Okay. Sorry about that, everyone. Technical difficulties. So here we go. Sorry about that, everyone.
Understand that, but
I don't have a problem with people doing that,
right? But however, like, so regardless, the question isn't really of whether or not he attempted to ruin the business. The question more so is if it was justified.
Well,
I mean, yes, if we want to break it down into specific semantics.
Okay. So we agree for sure at minimum on that he's attempted to ruin the business. So
yeah, but if someone's attempting to ruin a business for a cause they find is great, then I don't have a problem with that.
Right. Right. Well, I don't think that's the argument that I've never made was that whether or not you, I guess, have a problem with it. At least we agree that the guy tried to ruin a business. And you've previously
I don't think it's shitty to ruin a business that's immoral.
Right. And I understand that. But you agree, and that's the bottom line of what it is that I'm trying to explain here is that, before it was, I didn't see anything of them trying to ruin the business. And now we're breaking it down. And now you're saying that, well, he did try to ruin your business. He just thought that he was justified in doing so.
Dude,
my channel or
ruin your business
channel? My channel or Rekieta's channel? If I felt like a business was ripping me off, then I'm calling that out. That's not ruining the business. If I found politics, yeah. And they will try anything to make him look bad for a general audience. Like I said, I don't know him either way. I got nothing against him. But listen, if the books are selling at a discount, show me where that other money's going. Because the amount of money we're dealing with, I mean, yeah, it's $4, but he's made a lot of money off of this. So show me where it went. That's all.
Business on, the internet to suggest that someone doesn't have a reason to ruin a business.
Okay, so that's the qualifier.
Well, I mean, I thought that's an implied qualifier, right? Like, again, are you saying that, like, if that my position would be if some guy's out there gassing dogs?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying I'm not saying that it's unjust to fuck.
We don't
like someone's business or if they're in the business of doing something that is legitimately criminal. I'm not saying that putting a spotlight on that is the fundamental problem. That's not what it is that I'm arguing. What I'm saying is before and getting back to the original dialogue, the original dispute was that
on the charity dialogue is what is going on. Semantics regarding perception. The guy continued to attack after the fact. He's trying to clarify. Yeah.
You didn't see any example of him trying to actively ruin the business. Now that is now switched to, well, yeah, we now have an example of him doing it. It's just not justified. And now I get it. What you were saying, I guess you were prefacing it saying that, well, him attempting to ruin the business, I was more so speaking that, well, it's only when it's unjustified.
I didn't preface it with that. I didn't preface with that because that is the reasonable assumption of what someone's talking about.
Okay.
That's not a weird thing, dude.
No. I will say that I misunderstood you on that because I misunderstood you on that.
You legitimately didn't draw a delineation between like someone being a cunt and trying to disrupt someone's business for no reason and someone thinking someone's doing wrong and trying to disrupt their business. Like you didn't.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, there's, like I said, this is a miscommunication. I think this is more miscommunication than anything. But at the same time, you have to show where that money goes.
Well, the argument, a difference there. Again, I do recognize that there's a differentiation between someone that is doing nothing wrong and then versus someone that is doing something wrong. That's not what's up for question. What we brought up is that, well, he's contacting the charity and he's constantly claiming something.
I agree. He's not articulating his point very well. Still, though, you have to show where that money is going. That's not just me. That's the law. Oh, yeah, you're charging this much, but you're actually costing you this much. Okay, where is that money going? Especially if it's a charitable thing. If Marvel or DC book sold your book for $15 shipping per book and $11 for 2 books, we aren't attacking them. Well, listen, but the problem is if they're selling it, it happens all the time. You go into Walmart and hey, 2 for $5, $5.99 each or $3.99 each. But you get toilet paper 2 for $5. Okay, that is clearly marked. But if you're charging someone, $5.99 each for the toilet paper, and it's really, and if you're selling it, if it's actually costing you the 2 for $5, that's kind of a little iffy. Blue eye, raised arms. Nobody about this. Only watch Ryan G&G occasionally.
someone as scam. And on top of that, he has specifically reached out to the the CEO and of this whole trademark dispute, actively wanting him to sue people, and he's admitting it. He's flat out admitting it.
Yeah, you guys have called each other a bunch of names for months. He doesn't like you,
and I understand that. But that was the argument. That's the whole point, is that you're saying that, well, I'm not seeing an example of someone trying to ruin your business.
I haven't seen one.
So this goes on for about another 10 minutes.
And you're saying that, and if I understand you correctly, you're saying that he's just justified when he attempts to do it.
I think he believes he is. I don't agree with him, but I don't think he's lying about it.
Okay.
Do you think he's lying about what he believes about the charity? Like you think he's just flat out lying?
Yeah.
So you don't think he believes it at all?
I think that he wants other people to believe that there was something that existed that wasn't there.
Yeah, but the problem is you admitted as much, though.
But you think that he doesn't believe it. He just wants other people to.
I think that crazy motherfuckers will believe whatever the fuck it is that they want to believe, and they will lead their audience to believe whatever it is that they wanted to believe. I know that there's nothing fucking there.
Yeah,
and I think that he at least understands that. But
but the problem is you got to show that there's nothing there. You got to show it's not enough that you believe there's something. You got to show there's nothing there.
Intent there. The intent is I want to fuck with them regardless of that.
Is it? Is it really the intent? Is that really the intent? I don't know.
So you think? Hold on, I'm trying to press.
So this is just professional jealousy. It's really what it is.
This is what you just said. You said that you think whether or not he believes it, he's trying to fuck with you. But you think crazy people will believe whatever the fuck they want, but he'll lead his audience to believe whatever it is that he wants, but he might not believe it. So I don't know what he believes. No, I'm trying to figure out, does he believe it?
What? Yeah, that's the biggest problem. We have one guy who's trying to understand what another guy here who really can't articulate his point very well.
Do I think that he believes that I don't think that he genuinely has found any evidence of fraud by any
means. So you don't think he believes that you commit fraud?
No.
Okay,
not in that context. No, I just think that he wants people to think that, and that's the part of the attempting to ruin someone's business, is that he wants it to be true, and he wants the audience to believe.
What is going on? You're the man with the comic book man. You're the comic book man. What is my music? Mr. Khan must have his music. What is going on? You have the comic book man. He's this trying. Oh, look at me! I'm selling the comic book to the people, and I'm in jail now. Oh, no, that is very, very bad. Very, very bad. You're very bad, man. You need to stop it. You need to stop it right now. The man with the beard and the shirt, like he's a predator. Yes, he said, you have to stop talking. If you stop talking, not like my stupid daughter. My stupid daughter, oh, look at me. I'm a white woman now. I'm a white woman in the galaxy. And then now. That is right. Yes. Daughter, she cannot sell a funny book. The funny book been cancelled 3-4 times already. Funny book is not her funny book is not very funny. It is right, Mr. Khan is here. That is right. You got a problem with that? Nobody's got a problem with that. Well, Mr. Khan would say, Mr. Khan say, no, that is not Mr. Khan got loogie. The loogie. Mr. Khan is, you put Mr. Khan away from cricket. What kind of nonsense is this? I don't like nonsense. You have sense and nonsense, that is bad. Very, very bad. Okay, Mr. Khan is going to go away now. Not everybody appreciates this bit. Okay, the great Mr. Khan, everybody. Oh, always lovely to hear from Mr. Khan. So anyway.
Right, so you have a different perspective than him.
Minutes to go with this.
Probably.
So you could probably see this is just them back and forth. Everyone, oh God, this is almost, we're at 2 hours, 45 minutes. Almost. Everyone, I'd like to thank everyone here for joining me. I'll watch the rest of this later. I might have something to say about it on naps. But yeah, so this went a lot longer than I thought. Everyone, thank you for joining me this stream. 27 people watching. My biggest audience yet to date. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. And we're going to have a little music to play us out, my little theme here. Everyone, thank you for all the new people for showing up. Thank you for everybody. The regulars showing up. As I've been saying, nothing against Mr. July. Yes, success. It's well earned. But you could explain things a little better. Thank you for joining me. And you know what? We will catch you next time.